Okay, God, I don't even know how I'm gonna start this one. So, if you didn't know already, Wuthering Waves 3.1 came out, and along with it came a story quest. One that I thought was actually pretty good, and I enjoyed it. Actually, it's up on the channel right now if you're gonna watch my entire playthrough. Go ahead and check that out. Anyways, I thought it was pretty fun, pretty enjoyable. I had a good time. You know who else played in that story quest? Gacha Smack. Now, he gave a take on the story quest, which is, to my understanding, his take was that the father and daughter dynamic was kind of weird for him because the way Imith is number one dressed and the way she acts around Rover, very touchy feely and whatnot, makes it kind of weird because they're playing towards that type of you know gotcha player waifu addict audience. That's my understanding of the take. Now, let me make this 1,000, 2,000,000% clear. I didn't watch his original stream. So I'm just speaking off what I heard. That is just what I heard. I haven't even watched much of his takes on, the response to it. This is my first time watching his full, response to the entire thing. And the reason why is because he's been getting a lot of backlash. I'm like, yeah, what's going on over here? Let's check it out. I mean, the gacha space right now is pretty crazy, if I say so myself. You have Saintontas under fire, and then now Gacha Smack is. I mean, he lost 2,000 subs apparently, according to this video, because he gave a take on a story quest. Anyways, let me stop stalling and let's see what he has to say. This is gonna be a very long video. It's a long stream he did, so let's go. Let's see what he has to say.
Boys, you know what's funny is we got canceled for laughing, and then we
Damn.
did the second stream, and we got canceled for making a blanket statement. And I
Okay, yeah, the original thing was he was not reacting the way people wanted to in the story quest. I forgot to mention that. He was, it didn't hit him the same way it hit a lot of other people. He just didn't feel anything, and I can resonate with that. Most of Wuthering Waves story quests, nothing really ever gives me a reaction. The only couple of times where I had an actual reaction was like the Furlova quest, where I was really invested in what was going on there, and the recent one too. I really enjoyed the recent one. It made me feel something. I wasn't a freaking baby crying about it though. I'm not saying that you're a baby if you cry through it. It's just it didn't hit me that hard. Last time I cried over a show or something like that was probably, if you watch this anime, A Silent Voice. Pretty good stuff. But yeah, that was one thing that happened. Anyways, let's continue.
want to be clear here, boys. It is always a bad thing to do to make a blanket statement, even though the blanket statement was taken entirely out of context. Uh doesn't matter. That's exactly why you never make blanket statements, because when you make blanket statements, they get taken out of context, presented in that out of context, and the people that get them are going to assume the absolute worst with the statement. And most importantly, the bad faith actors are going to get a hold of it and spin the narrative too. But I want to talk about all.
Okay, so what is the narrative though that is being, taken against him? My understanding of that is that he is like a hater. Basically, he's a Rover hater, like he hates Rover, and he's trying to turn it into something that it's not, like the relationship between Imith and a Rover, trying to turn it into like a romance thing when it's not. I think that is what other people are saying. But again, I'm very not on the in when it comes to this situation. I was more paying attention to what's going on with Saintontas. So yeah, let's continue.
All of that because bro, it's like it's gotten to a level of absurdity that is just, it's like, okay, so I'm actually Hitler now. Is this what's going on, boys? I'm Hitler now.
Jesus.
Whole bunch of situations, there's a bunch of bored people with too much time on the internet. Oh dude, I mean, this is like, I am literally Hitler right now, boys. This is what's going on. I'm Hitler. I'm dead ass. That's in the eyes of these guys. I'm fucking like what's in Jack the Ripper, bro. I'm Jack the Ripper right now. But yeah, I want to talk about everything. I want to talk about what's going on. I've literally dead ass. Look at this shit, bro. First of all, hold on. Before we even get into that chat, are y'all doing all right, bro? How's everybody doing? Let's come over here while I'm pulling this up. How are y'all doing, chat? Y'all doing all right?
Man, I should have pre-watched. I don't know when he's gonna get straight into it. I'm gonna continue though. I might cut this out if it's too like, I guess, dry. Let's see if he gets into it anytime soon though.
What did Saint do? We're gonna get into it. I'll show full context.
I'll be pulling it up right now.
Here's the thing, guys. I'm gonna be as impartial as I possibly can, right? But
oh yeah, same here. By the way, I'm 1000% neutral right now. I'm gonna give the correct take. Let me put that out there. I'm gonna give the take that you all should have. Okay, I'm your guy for that. I'm your guy for the right takes. I'm your guys for the correct opinion. So you should stay with me.
Yeah, we'll talk about that as well. It's all gonna be good shit. It's gonna be good shit. I promise you that. But the first thing is we got hit with a out of context clip, and then I mean, brother, I don't think I've ever seen this actually in my career. Chat, look at this shit, bro. This is fucking wild, dude. Bro, some of y'all aren't gonna understand this because you aren't YouTubers. So we got estimated revenue. We've got watch time hours. We've got.
Oh man, if only, bro. That's the dream, dude. Wait, 1.2 million? That was within a month? Oh my goodness. 193,000 hours? Dude, he's killing it. But yeah, look, 200 subs down. Wow. You know, one day I hope I could be there.
Views, brother. A couple days ago, chat, this was plus 1,300. It's now minus 200. This is subscribers. I was at 116,000 subs and 178, give or take. I'm at 114,000 subs, 669, because apparently
2,000 just gone.
I'm Hitler right now. Now,
do you know what's funny though? Now that I think about it, dude, you know, Saintontas is in like a lot of flack right now. I wonder if he lost any subscribers to that level. I mean, maybe like 100, maybe. But if you think about it, Gacha Smack is losing subscribers because he gave an opinion on a story quest. And if, I don't know what Saintontas' analytics look like right now, okay? But if he's not, that's insane. The guy that's really, I mean, he's the most attacked man right now currently. And it's been going on for the past couple of days. Like, dude, that's insane, bro. These Gacha players really care about their stories.
The important context, all from a laugh? No. Not all from a laugh, Levito. Not all from a laugh. Now, I would say half the subs are from the laugh. Half of them. The other half, let me get my headphones in. The other half is right here. I'll show you why.
Oh, let's go. We're getting to the meat and potatoes.
Fatherless moment? No. Hold on. We'll get into it. Which, by the way, that's why, chat, I've pulled up notes on all of this stuff. We're going to address it as transparent and as honestly as possible. I don't dodge no smoke. I don't dodge no accountability. You know, if I said some shit that was fucked up, we'll admit to it. But if I didn't, then obviously we just going to stand on business, right? But I think the blanket statement, the biggest error in all of this is my blanket statement, 100%. But that's because, like I said, people didn't even understand the blanket statement and the intent behind it. So let's start off with why I got canceled. In fact, this is the perfect thing to do. This is the perfect segment to get a good old Nami Pontes up in here. Boys, this is why. You know what's funny? All I did was.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let's read this. So we got this guy here, Yenga. Why does Saint have one of the best takes about Smack situation I've seen, despite having an obvious positive bias towards Smack? So many Gacha CCs refuse to even comment on the situation despite the fact that they're always the first to comment on every drama. Hey guys, I guess I'm second then. I'm second behind Saint. You know, I guess I'm your guy now. Come on. All right, let's see.
Search. And I'm not even lying, chat. All I did was search my name on Twitter, and the first thing to pop up was this. Literally this. Let me see if I can refresh that real quick. I was like, okay, let's like, I dead ass was like, let's figure out what's going on Twitter and what people are saying on me. I swear to God, I'm not kidding, Jack. I said, let's figure out what's going on. I went over here to filters. I typed Gacha Smack. This was the first thing, chat, that popped up. Literally, I was like, oh, Saint. Okay. Now, I'm not going to say Saint's the cause of this. I was already under fire well before
Yeah.
Saintontas got involved. Well under fire before he got involved. But let's see what this here sums up entirely why I'm still under fire and why I'm getting canceled. Not Nami Pontes in particular, but how
Nami
it's portrayed.
Pontes.
Check this out. He says, why does Saint have one of the best takes about Smack's situation I've seen, despite having obvious positive bias towards Smack? So many Gacha CCs refuse to even comment on the situation, despite the fact that they're always the first to comment on every drama. Now, before we even play this clip, I want to give context to that.
You know what's interesting? Why do these guys feel like everybody has to comment on everything? I'm only talking about this really because I think it's insane that it's gone to this degree of negativity over like a story quest, right? That's why I'm talking about it. And you would think like if I'm some big, not big, but like sizable, like the rest of the content creators are, I'm not worried about Gacha Smack saying whatever take he has about the story quest, unless he's saying something that doesn't make any sense and meaning it, like, oh yeah, Rover is actually, I don't know, a freaking donkey doing backflips, and then Imith turned into a rat. And if you disagree with me, you're stupid. Yeah, I would make fun of that. I'll make fun of him every day for saying something like that and meaning it. But no, that's not what happened.
The reason CCs aren't commenting on the situation is because they know my character. Not only do they know my character, they know right now I'm low hanging fruit. They know I'm under fire, and they know any comments at all just add more fuel to the flames. That's the truth. Because here's the thing: I tell this to you guys all the time. I get along with everybody. I don't have any enemies in the CC space. I don't.
Yo, he's Thorfinn. Let's go, bro. I have no enemies.
So the CCs not commenting isn't them like, oh, avoiding. They're just going, there's no point in commenting on this because Smack's just going to get more shit. That's I guarantee you that's the idea that's in the CC's heads. Furthermore, they know my actual character. So they're like, people are taking that, spinning it out of narrative, painting him out to be a Hitler. That's why they're not commenting. Now, Saint commented, right? So let's check it out. Let's see this real quick.
Let's go.
Child on planet Earth gives a flying fuck about their parents sacrificing and busting their ass out. So, real quick, and I don't want to poison the well or anything, but just take note, chat. Off rip, this is how the video starts. No child on planet Earth gives a
yeah, good point. He was already talking about something, but they cut it to this part. It's a good point.
Flying fuck about their parents sacrificing and busting their ass out. That's how the clip literally starts. Now, to be completely fair, this is a blanket statement, right? This is exactly why you don't make blanket statements. Error on my behalf. Because here's what happens with blanket statements as well. Stray shots get thrown. Basically, people in circumstances, they assume only that context and they assume the worst. They go, this guy is basically saying, I don't care about my father. I'll show all the comments. This guy's saying, I don't care about my parents. He's saying like that everybody is ungrateful for their parents' hard work. That is literally how I'm being portrayed right now. And Saint, I'm going to be real, just to be completely real. He knows damn well he shouldn't be reacting to an out of context clip of me during this fucking fiery moment. And I want to make sure we're being clear here, crystal clear, chat. I understand right now on the internet, I'm getting shit from left, right, up, down, all around, right? It's out there. People talking shit in so many different situations, spinning narratives, whatever the case. And so maybe in Saint's mind, he's thinking, well, it's already out there, right? But I would say the same thing back to Saint. Saint, you're probably in stream right now before you go live. You'll probably be live later on watching this. Up, down, left, right, look here, look there, everywhere. You are getting cooked by every CC.
Yeah, he knows how it feels. I'm letting him go right now because he's making a very long point. But yeah, I mean, Saintontas, he's getting not only just attacked by the broader community outside of his own community, he's getting attacked by every other content creator that has a name. Yeah, he's under it. I mean, even got me commenting, a nobody. That's saying something.
In the space. I haven't said a fucking word. I've been minding my business. And the funny thing is, I'm one of the words that if a word comes out of my mouth, it's not going to make you look good. It's not, even if I'm being impartial, because impartial means holding both parties accountable. And so, like, I haven't said shit.
Basically, he's been given Saintontas grace. Yo, that is so interesting. Oh my god, now that I think about it, that's so interesting. I'm gonna be making another video, by the way, on the whole Saintontas fiasco. That's just gonna take me way longer to do. So we're talking about this right now. But what's interesting is Saint Tontas is being accused of being the drama guy. Like anytime any type of slip up or any type of miscalculation happens, even the smallest of things on some other content creator's part, he's always first in line to talk about it. Doesn't matter if it's positive or negative, but he is there. And usually people say it's negative. And it's so interesting that that is being confirmed right now. Nobody else is taking a dander on whatever's going on with Gacha Smack outside of myself, of course, because I'm a loser. We don't talk about that. But Saint Totas is here and he's saying, well, I don't know what he's saying. We haven't heard what he said yet. I'm assuming it's some type of criticism because, you know, the guy making the video saying he gave a good take, and I'm assuming because he's saying he gave a good take, it's because it's something somewhat negative or critical about Gacha Smack. So yeah, let's continue.
Because I know the damage it can cause you, the shit it can bring you. And so while we're sitting here looking at this context, I just want you to bear in mind, even though I saw you were pulling your punches, there shouldn't have been a public statement at all. You should have just hit me in my fucking DMs. But
hey, yo, pause it. Wait, isn't that something that Saint has been saying recently? I forgot who it was a response to, but he said something along the lines of, shouldn't have made a public comment. This was something that could have been solved in DMs. That is insane. I remember in my other video, I said, rules for me, but not for thee. It is insane how, oh my gosh. I feel so bad, dude. I like Saint Tontas, man. But he's been, I don't know, dude. He's like a holier than thou type of persona. Like, I can do all these things that it may be negative for you to do it, but it's positive when I do it. Okay. And there's no actual reason behind that. It's just, I'm the positive guy. And you guys have to act with 1,000% moral perfection, or else I'm going to put you with the dirt. And he's even been saying it's either you're with me or against me, which is insane, dude. Bro, Saint Tontas is a beast. I can't wait to talk about that. I can't wait. Let's continue.
It is what it is. It is what it is. We're here now. It's fine. Once again, chat, Saint is not why I'm getting this shit. I'm why I'm getting this shit.
Yep.
Literally, I'm the reason why I'm in this predicament. My issue here,
he's adding to the fire
and commenting on it. That's my issue, right? I would expect him to do the same courtesy that I did him and stay out of it. That's the best way to handle these situations, especially if it doesn't concern you. That said, let's watch this full clip. Let's
go.
No child on planet Earth gives a flying fuck about their parents sacrificing and busting their ass out. Oh, yeah. Hold up. My fault. You're right. Hey, good reminder.
Wait, what's happening?
Auto find and activate. Yeah. You guys, I forgot. YouTube chat. You're not even in the fucking chat for my social stream. Sorry about that. But don't worry. I had you guys pulled up on a separate chat. Okay.
Dude, I would love to stream, but my computer it's powerful, but it's not that powerful. I feel like, I don't know, I wouldn't have a good time streaming. Also, I got to upgrade my internet. But, in the future, if and when I do have, a following and they want me to stream, I'll make it happen.
Oh, by the way, chat, hold on. Do you guys think what I just said was unfair in any capacity? Just so we're all on the same page. Do you guys think what I said about this situation was
Dude, I want to see what you said so I can answer that question. I haven't seen it yet. I saw this clip, like half of it, before when I was in his stream, right? I pop in from his stream from time to time. I like Gacha Smack. He's a cool guy. and I was in the middle of him talking about this, but I clicked off. I'll just pop it in and see what's up. Yeah, I want him to finish the take in the clip so I can answer that.
Unfair in any capacity? No? Okay.
I'll say no.
Okay. Like I said, chat, I'm not a vitriol guy. I'm not a petty guy either.
Couple
Like,
yeses.
dead ass. I don't try and go after people and do like crazy things or anything. I'm like, okay, whatever. Now let's look at it though. Let's look at it. No child on planet Earth gives a flying fuck about their parents sacrificing their and busting their ass out. No, Chad. I'm not talking about. Okay, the Chad
Oh my god, he keeps stopping it. Oh my god, let it roll. Come on, man.
Two different things. I'm not talking about this incendiary take here. I'm talking about what I just said between me and Saint. That's what I'm referencing. I'm saying, do you think it was unfair the way I just explained this? Not this part.
Oh, yeah. I thought, okay, my bad. I thought he was talking about this too. Okay. No, yeah, his take before was perfectly fine. I think if content creators, have some type of rule where it's like, look, if I'm in some type of situation where it's me and the wider viewership and they're upset with me, you shouldn't comment on it, and I won't do the same to you. I think that's fine if you have some type of agreement like that. Some type of, even if it's like an unspoken rule, like when something's an unspoken rule when you're in some type of community. Everybody knows it, right? Now, I had no idea this was a thing, right? I'm not one of the big guys, so I'm not really included in those spaces. But yeah, I mean, if that were the case, at the end of the day, I'll do what I want. But if that was an unspoken rule, I'll probably oblige. Like, okay, cool, I'll just be in my own lane. You guys do your thing. Because I'm not really trying to fight with anybody, honestly.
No. Not this part, chat. Yeah. Y'all can disagree about that. Completely fine. I'm talking about between me and Satan, how this is set up. All right, now let's do it.
What's he about to say?
So this is Saint's reaction.
Yeah, that's going to get every second generation immigrant immediately off your side, Smack. I'm sorry. That's rough. Because basically, we're in America, right? And a big thing about America is that it is the land of, like, immigration. And there are, I would say, goddamn near a majority of immigrant families, they come here broke. They come here broke.
I mean, it just depends on where they're moving from.
The first generation actually is like, they kind of do something similar to, like, it's almost like slavery. What they
I think this clip might just be taken out of context. I don't think, maybe I'm just giving Gacha Smack too much grace, but I don't think he literally meant that a child doesn't appreciate what their parent does for them or wants to give something in return. I think he's more of operating in the land of fantasy and fantasticalism. Because, I mean, Rover really did sacrifice a lot for that girl in a holistic sense, right? Rover, she came from a whole other planet to save Solaris 3 multiple times. And she took on the role of raising Imith. I mean, that within itself is a sacrifice. I mean, I couldn't imagine leaving Earth to go to another planet and can never return. I couldn't imagine doing that. So maybe he was referring to that. I don't know. Maybe I'm making stuff up, right? I haven't watched his original stream, so I don't know.
Quick pause. Without my intervention, do y'all think Saint is putting me in a better light by commenting on this or a worse light?
Ooh, good question. I mean, my opinion is whenever a content creator or a streamer, whatever the case may be, is in some type of predicament where their community or a community is not happy with them, and then a third party, somebody outside, maybe somebody who knows them, maybe somebody who doesn't, makes a comment on it, and even posts the clip or whatever, I feel like it adds fuel to the fire because even if you're somewhat defending, it's almost like you're saying that this is something that needs a defense or needs a comment, right? If it's a nothing burger, you kind of just ignore it, right? You don't talk about nothing burgers. But it's almost like, oh, it's worth talking about. So yeah, you're adding fuel to the fire, and even what you're doing is Saint has a big audience. He's putting his audience in front of the whole situation where they could see that clip. Saint could defend him the entire time, and they see that clip and they go, "I hate this guy," right? Unironically, he's Hitler, right? That could happen. So yeah, I mean, it's probably not helping him entirely, right? It's probably doing more damage than good, no matter what he says. I could be wrong though.
Just go ahead and give your opinion on that, chat.
Worse. Better. One better. Couple betters. Mostly worse though.
Yeah. So that's what I thought as well. And the thing is, man, is like this happens a lot with me and Saint. Not a lot, but occasionally. And every time I give him the benefit of the doubt. I do. I give him the benefit of the doubt every time. I'm like, I don't know what bro was thinking right here in this moment. I don't know where the fuck he was going with it. I have no fucking clue. But in my mind, all I was thinking was, why are you commenting on this publicly, bro? This is something you should hit me up on, bro. Like, especially considering I'm the only fucking guy in the space who has not condemned or said anything about you in this 1v9 shit you have.
Again, bro, like self-report, dude. Not self-report, but confirming the allegations of him just being I don't want to call him a drama slop tuber, but more of like, anytime something happens, he has to be there. Publicly, right? I mean, privately, it's whatever. But, Saintontas, somebody's in trouble with the Gacha community, first to comment, or at least top 3 every time. And, if you want to make that your brand, that's fine. But don't pretend that it's not. Don't pretend that you're not that guy. That's really the issue, right? If you're a thing, but you say you're not that thing, and then you try to gaslight people when they say you are that thing, that's a problem.
Going on. It's like, I'm the last nigga, bro. Like, why would you do this? So I'm just confused. I'm like,
to provide for their family. And then the second generation is the one that's paying back, right? The second generation is the one that like goes ahead, goes to college, does all this stuff so they can pay their parents back. That's like the dynamic of a lot of immigrant families. That's rough.
Here's my here's what I want to comment on it too. This whole immigrant families dynamic, the funny thing is like it's basically like it's almost as if he's saying like the immigrants have it worse than, I don't know, people who are already in America and citizens. It's like, brother, I'm from the hood. I got a lot of fucking broke friends that I grew up with, right? My
And it's funny too, I got some perspective on this. My dad's an immigrant, and I actually grew up pretty rich. So I think, everybody has a different perspective. Now, I did lose that richness later on, but that was a whole thing. So, I got a lot of different perspectives. But yeah, everybody's a little bit different. There's a lot of people who come from different countries to America that come wealthy. And there's also a lot who don't, right? So he is generalizing immigrants a bit. It's okay. But yeah, I mean, gotta be a little wary to make those generalizations.
My parents are working class. It's like, immigrant or no immigrant, one of my best friends was an immigrant.
And yeah, there's also a lot of broke families in America who are natives, and they struggle too.
Immigrant, right? One of my best friends, I will never disclose his information, had to marry earlier than he wanted to just to get legitimized as a citizen. But it's like, I am very in the know of the struggle. I come from the struggle. You know what I mean? And so it's like, the way he's spinning this, it's almost as if he's spinning it not intentionally. I don't know what the fuck his intentions are, but like I'm like some privileged Beverly Hills kid with a gold spoon in his mouth that doesn't get it. It's like, holy shit.
That's how I grew up. That's how I grew up. So I'm saying it from like the perspective of that's the life that I lead, brother man.
Somebody says, Smack, why are you asking the kids in the chat for what they think? Of course, they were hate on Saint. How do you know my chat is full of kids? Little bro, you realize I'm an unk. My whole reputation is an unk.
Yeah, I think Gacha Smack is an older audience. I don't think his type of content appeals to like the kid fans in the gacha space. I think kids are more more of gonna watch somebody like Doro. Doro definitely appeals to them. I don't even think Saintontas has a whole bunch of kids in his chat, right? He probably has an adult audience. Now, I think both their audiences, Gacha Smack and Saintontas, probably do have some teenagers in there, but definitely not children. And probably majority of adults, right? Adults that engage with Gacha stuff. Because kids, they're here for like talking about the actual game and stuff in the game. That's my guess, and they want to have like a bright Looney Tune type of environment to watch, not just a guy behind a microphone talking, right? They want someone like Doro who has like the short clips where you can watch and it's really quick and you get the entertainment out of it. You go to the next one and then the next one and then the next one, not just some guy behind a microphone yapping for an hour or two. These guys don't appeal to kids.
All of my chat knows shit like Cowboy Bebop, shit where we grew up in.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, no. Kids today, if they're watching Cowboy Bebop, they're watching Cowboy Bebop either because they saw somebody recommend it on the internet or because their dad watched Cowboy Bebop when he was younger and he's putting them on. That's the only two scenarios where a kid is watching Cowboy Bebop. And definitely almost never the former, only the latter when it's really happening.
Brother, you talking to the wrong niggas community, little bro. There's definitely kids in here, 100%. But my community ain't no kids. We grown ass niggas in here, bro. Chat, throw your ages out, bro. But anyways, let's continue on.
21, 24, 30, 30, 37. Dang. 23, 32, 21. Yeah, dude, it's like mid 20s to 30s. That's what he got. Some 19-year-olds. 35, 28, 23, 30, 41.
Bro, they're lying about their ages. Okay, like, bro.
18,
my mom
22.
waited tables for like 12 hours a day when I was 3.
I want to stop here again, chat. Is Saint doing me any favors right now?
Oh, he's bringing it back, yo. Yo, he's actually painting him as like some type of, like he said, some privileged Beverly Hills kid. And that's me, by the way. I wasn't from Beverly Hills, but I was privileged. That's insane, bro. I couldn't imagine growing up poor and then somebody paints you that way. That would drive me insane, dude. That would be like the biggest insult you could possibly throw my way. Like, dude, I wish I grew up like that. That's how that would be.
Is bro doing me any favors while I'm low-hanging fruit in this circumstance? It's like, it's diabolical work, bro. It's like, damn. And let's continue
when
on.
I was a kid, she worked 12-hour days. Like 14-hour days. She would leave at like 9 and come back at 10. That's what I was saying. Like she did that 6 days a week.
Dude, what is he trying to say though? That's what I'm trying to see. What is he trying to say? Like, what's the point you're trying to make?
She worked 9 to like.
By the way, this is something where you can just hit me up. You can just hit me up and be like, "Yo, Smack, that shit you said the other day. I'm gonna be honest, that shit actually hurt because of this situation, right? It's just not something you do public when I'm low-hanging fruit. But anyways, let's look at this. Hold up. I saw some small CCs making videos saying they hate you for laughing, even though they didn't watch the stream. They were just taking clips from Twitter. So when I called out that CC in the comments for misinfo, he banned me. It's all right.
All right, that's insane, dude. I'm going to be honest. I got a philosophy when it comes to if and when, actually, when I do have a community, right? If and when. I don't like muting comments, banning opinions or something. Now, if somebody's doxing or anything like that, anything illegal, you're gone, right? But outside of that, like, I don't give a crap. It's the internet. Again, I grew up on the edgy side of the internet, so for me, you know, go bananas, I guess. But at the same time, I'm not gonna like allow my community to become something that I don't want them to be. So that is the nuance to it. I'm saying it now. That is the nuance where I don't want certain types of individuals trying to poison the community. I don't want to get too much into that, but I'm sure you guys can imagine what I'm trying to talk about. Anyways, let's continue.
It's all good. It's all good. Let's continue on.
6 days a week.
I'm going to explain that whole situation here as soon as I can.
So that's my personal take on it. I think that's a rough one. I I hope he readjusts that one. I'm just saying that's rough for me to hear, and I am sad that he has that opinion on it. That's how I'll respond to it. Yeah, I'm sad that that is his opinion on it. I'll leave it at that.
I'm gonna say if it's still going. I think it is.
I don't think there's a need to like farm that, make a video on it. I think this is a matter of how you grew up. And this is the really unfortunate part, guys.
Yeah, he's definitely insinuating that he grew up in some type of privileged environment.
And
So now this also caught me off guard. It's like the first thing is it's like hold on. So not making a video on it. It's like bro did me a favor by saying he's not gonna make a video on it. It's like, huh?
Wait. I didn't even catch that. He said that? Hold on. Let's go back.
It's like so still if it's still going. I think it is.
I don't think there's a need to like farm that, make a video on it. I think this is a matter
Hey, that is insane, dude. Dude, you just commented on it on stream. You know people are gonna clip it. What? Dude, what? I'm not making a video in it so it's not bad. So it's not any type of negative feedback going towards your way. Dude, maybe he was just having a brain fart. Let's be charitable. Let's be ultra charitable right now. Maybe he just didn't understand that the camera was rolling and that people can clip what he does. Maybe he didn't understand that, which it can happen. People have brain farts. It just looks really bad, though. That's all I gotta say.
Making a video on it. It's like bro did me a favor by saying he's not gonna make a video on it. It's like, huh? What? Okay, all right.
I think I kind of want you to have this perspective on it. You don't know what has happened in Smack's life for him to have that take.
I wonder if that take is even like a life perspective take. Maybe more of just a. Well, okay, maybe it does have like some of a life perspective. Maybe not like a personal, like this is what my life was like perspective. More just these are the observations I made based on how people act in the communities I grew up in, or even the communities I interacted with, or whatever kind of take, like what I've seen. I don't know. I think he's looking too deep into it.
I want to make sure because I don't want to. This is a sticky situation because it's like I don't want to attack Saint, but I just don't think he's even aware of what he's doing here. It's like the thing that's wild is like now. It's first of all the biggest mistake Saint made right here was just reacting to an out of context clip of me versus just hitting me up and being like, "Smack, what the fuck's going on with this? What's going on?" Right? But now he's doing this out of context clip, and now he believes that I think that. Right? He now believes the out of context clip and my intentions were nobody cares about their parents. And so his entire dialogue is based off of this out of context clip. Right? And so he's talking from a point of, well, if Smack believes that, it's probably based off something he's going through personal. But let's get into now what I actually meant. Because now here's the thing, chat. Saint isn't the reason why I'm in this bullshit in the first.
Yeah, I don't think Saint actually meant any harm. I actually agree with that. I don't think he meant any harm. Yeah, he probably just somebody in his chat probably brought up the clip. Like, hey, Saintontas, look at this. Maybe a mod. He goes and looks at it, and he probably knew a little bit about what was going on with Gacha Smack. I was like, oh, man, that's crazy. This is how I grew up, blah, blah, blah. But I'm not making a video in it anyways. Yeah, in his brain, he probably thinks that not making a video is like the kindest thing you can do. And looking at it on stream is not really making a video in it. It kind of just happened on stream type of deal.
First place. I want to reiterate that. I'm the reason why I'm in it. But that's why it's my business to handle this without any external entities, because when y'all try to get involved, you're not making it better. You know what I'm saying? That's why other CCs are just being quiet.
And there might have been something that happened in his life for him to have that take, and that's so polar opposite to some of the people here.
I think his intention wasn't malicious or anything right here. I actually think his intentions were he probably in his mind thought he was looking out for me.
But I do think it's also worthwhile to just think about the fact that I am asking you to think about what would have happened for Smack to have formed that take. But in the similar vein, I think Smack also needs to think a little bit about how other people could have a different take from him, because I think it's very easy to have that as well.
And his funny thing is, I don't disagree with what Saint said there. Literally, I think what he said there at
Wait, didn't he say it was okay to disagree with him in his original stream? I could remember him saying that. Am I wrong? Wasn't he like, oh, it's okay if you guys disagree, but some of the behavior from the disagreement is not unacceptable, but like crazy, like unsubscribing because you have a different opinion on a Gacha story.
then is completely fair. Once again, not his business to even comment on it. Not his business in any capacity to comment on it publicly. And I stand on that. I don't even think it's unfair to say that. Now, what we're gonna do is first thing when I saw this is I said, okay, now how did this clip even get onto Saint's channel? How did it even pop up on his channel?
Probably a mod, that's my
Did somebody
guess.
provoke it or something? Like, what caused him to even stick his nose in this?
Wait, don't tell me he looked it up and decided to make it a part of the stream. Hold on. That can't be it, right? There's no way on earth that was what happened. It was a mod that recommended it. It was somebody spamming it in chat, or he somehow came across it on Twitter as he was scrolling. He did not search it up. There's no way. I'm manifesting it right now. He did not search it up. Saintontas is a good friend to Gacha Smack.
Business. And so I went over to Kick and I went over to Saint's stream. Let's see here. Saintontas. Here we go. I went over to Kick. I went over to his stream and I said, let me find the context on why he even commented on this in the first place. Right. And I have this. I believe I have this. Here we go. Yeah. 6 hour and 53-minute mark. I found the mark. I was like, let me find what even provoked him to comment on it. 6 minutes and 53 seconds. This is full context of what happened. 6 minutes and 53. Here we go. All right. So, and I shit you not, the Saint just did this out of the fucking blue.
I don't. What is the point of me intentionally reacting badly? Can I just say that? What is the point of me intentionally reacting badly to something?
So he's coming off of the Saint cabinet beef right here, right? This is like the Saint cabinet beef. I ain't got nothing to do with none of this shit.
Still waiting on 2.8 part 2. I never uploaded that shit. I never uploaded that shit, bro.
This, by the way, chat, I'm just playing this to show full context. I don't really care about what's happening right here. I want you guys to see how he landed on my shit.
Basically, if I don't like the first half story, I don't upload the second half. I don't.
Wait, he didn't upload 2.8? Dude, part 2, I thought that was pretty good. Yo, I enjoyed that, bro. I thought that was cool, bro. Get you, Lin? I mean, I'm getting sidetracked, but come on, guys. You guys played that, right? That was really cool. Everybody that played in 1.0 has to be a fan of Geshu-Lin, and if you're not, you should uninstall the game. This was the coolest dude they showcased in the promotion cycle of the game. Gion's character trailer came out, his Resident Evil showcase. And then you know, he's doing his thing, he's fighting the freaking Tacit Discourse. I remember this. Then you hear a dude talking, bro. You're like, who is that? Then you see him stepping, bro. You see these black shoes coming, black flames. And then you see his silhouette, bro, wearing all black, like some type of I don't know, some type of Eastern mixed with like a t-shirt and pants type of outfit and a big old purple fiery greatsword. He has his Tacit mark on his neck in a straight line. He sounds like he's dark. This was the coolest dude they showed off. Outside of Calcharo. Come on, dude. And then we get to see him fight Chiwon in that little quest. That was cool. But hey, he didn't like it, I guess. It's fine.
If I don't like the first half, I ain't uploaded the second one.
Okay, it's
That's
coming
why I
up, I think.
skipped Mornier's upload.
Oh, he didn't like the first half. Okay, never mind. Oh, that's what it was. Okay. I can see why somebody wouldn't like 2.8 first half. I can see why.
But good God, what an absolute baller of a fucking, what an absolute amazing,
Here we go. This shit was wild.
amazing story, bro. Okay, I think I can understand why Gacha Smack is getting fucking rinsed right now.
Oh, he just brings it up. It was just part of the conversation. Wait, hold on, dude. I think I got my thumbnail right here. Let me grab this. Wait, give me 1 second, guys. Let me grab this real quick. Gotcha Smack making this face. Ah, perfect time to pause. There we go. Dude. He just rips it. Just out of nowhere, just sake of conversation. It was just on his mind. Oh yeah, this is why Gotcha Smack. Damn, dude. Damn. Be your own boys. Ah, it's a cruel world we live in.
That is an insane fucking pivot, bro. I mean, when I saw that, I was just like, what the fuck? Holy shit, bro, pivoted straight into it.
No. Oh dear lord. Yeah, that guy is in some. He is not in a good spot right now.
I was just like, yo, whoa, where'd this come from? And like I said, chat, I was trying to understand full context. I was like, how did he land on my business?
I will be so for real with you. Okay, now I need to like I kind of just want to see, right? I want to see.
So he brings up his stream.
Wow, that is a lot. That. I think I said it once, but I also said this when it was out.
Wait. So remember, these two are, I don't know if they're friends or if they're just really well acquainted, but at the very least, they're very well acquainted with each other on friendly terms. He sees the fact that this is a long video. It's a 7-hour and 25-minute video on his stream. He looks at it and he's going, this is my guess where he's going. Oh man, that's pretty long. I don't want to give my bro here the good grace of grabbing as much context as I can if I'm going to comment on the situation. Instead, I'm going to go to Twitter, I'm going to pull up a clip, and I'm going to talk about the clip. Insane.
Like 2000. I think I said this was the most disliked Wuthering Waves video I've ever seen.
Oh, wait, I didn't even notice. Wait, that is a crazy like to dislike video, ratio video. I'm losing my mind, dude. Wow. People really hated what he said that much. Jesus.
What is the purpose of this? No, chat, I want, because some of Saint's chat is in my chat right now trying to defend him. Saint's chat, I asked you, what is...
Dude, I got the answer. What's the purpose? Money. We're gonna give a reaction, get a clip, post it. Gotcha Smack situation. Dang, I was about to make a song, but I went empty. But yeah, I mean, your situation is popping right now, dude. Like you said, you're low-hanging fruit. Easy target, bullseye. Don't you know Saint is the content creator destroyer, dude? Again, I don't think he has malicious intent. I think he just doesn't care. I think he would just talk about it. Straight up. Remember, rules for me, or rules for thee, but not for me, because it's not okay when you do something like this to Saintontas. You have to come to him privately. What's anybody else? Who gives a crap? Right? You're not Saintontas. You're not the top dog. You're Gacha Smack. You're number 2. Right? He's allowing you to be number 2. He's allowing you on his throne to be his right-hand man. So you should be thankful that he is gracing you with his presence when he reacts to your out-of-context clips. Okay? I don't know why Gacha Smack is freaking out over this. He should be gargling out of the mouth. Oh, thank you, Lord, Saintontas. Thank you, Lord. And then Saintontas pats his head. He goes, good boy. You listen very well. Here, go have a treat. I'm just kidding.
The purpose of this? I'm just curious. Saint, I know you're probably in here. What the fuck was the intent here, brother? I'm just curious. What is the purpose here? I mean, like, yo, this is what trips me out. This is what trips me out, man. This is what trips me out. All right, hold on. I haven't even gotten a chance to explain my context because I was so caught off guard by this. Saint just put out my tweet of low-hanging fruit. Check this out. He said,
What? Wait, we gotta read this. The low-hanging fruit. So he posted on January 30th. All odds are against you. A rare phenomenon occurs. Nearly everyone shows you their hand. The masks slip. Why? You aren't perceived as a threat anymore. Again, easy target. Bullseye, baby. I wonder what that makes me, right? Watching this whole thing. Dude, I'm the freaking, I guess I'm the main villain, bro. I'll attack anybody. Got a knife in my hand. I'm ready to backstab anybody. It is a backstab because they don't see me coming because they don't know about me. I feel like reading all that with someone, or yeah. Basically, he just gave a synopsis of the definition. That's so funny. He's posting it to defend himself, not realizing that, oh my god. Dude, the people saying, or even, I think Pixel Tree said that Saintontas is becoming the very thing that he fought to destroy. Wow. Oh my god, he really is Anakin, huh?
retweets my tweet of me talking about how low.
Oh my god, this freaking watch.
What happens when and nigga goes and touches the low hanging fruit? I'm like, bro, why would you do this, man? I'm so confused. Holy shit. Damn, dog. Like, yo, I mean, I don't know how he does. It's impressive. I'm even, and you know what's funny? I'm actually curious to hear how Saint is going to like explain this. Cause I'm just like, brother, man, this is insane.
He's getting cooked in CN as well.
It's like bro's enjoying it.
All right.
He's enjoying it.
He's saluting? Oh no, he's
That's
nice.
a
Fixing his
fucking
hat.
07 moment, bro. That's an 07 moment, brother.
07?
Good luck, man. Guys, this is my take. Gacha game story takes are not enough for me to like go ahead and like fucking dig in on somebody for, cause like, guys,
I mean, you might not be digging deep, but you're certainly putting the shovel in the ground, boy. Dude, he's putting that shovel in. He's taking a good couple of scoops, saying, "Let me take some of this gold right now, when it's vulnerable. I ain't gonna take too much though. Gonna take too much gold, it might bite back, and that's what I'm gonna do." Or again, he could just be. He might just not know what he's doing, like Gacha Smack said. He could just be. I wouldn't say out of his mind, but not knowing that this could cause damage. If I'm to give him grace, which I do think that is what's happening.
And here's the funny thing. Like I said, I got people in chat. They're like, he's right though. He's true and all that. Y'all, if you think my career is over because of this, let's wait another month, another 2 months, another 3 months.
Anybody who thinks that is an idiot. All that's gonna happen is that people who are very sensitive to that type of opinion on a Gacha story, they're just gonna leave. They're not gonna do anything with Gacha, haven't want anything to do with Gacha Smack, which is like probably less than 1% of his community. It doesn't hurt him. I think if it hurt him, his reaction to this would be completely different. Not me saying that he's like some type of little girl who's gonna, I'm sorry, I made a big mistake, wham, wham, wham. More of like, he would be a lot less careless. Like right now, he doesn't give a crap. Like he's just talking about it because he thinks it's insane. So yeah, he's gonna be all right.
We'll see, little bro. If you think because I
Honestly, he's probably gonna be better because the amount of people he lost is so minuscule that now he knows that he has a tight-knit community that's gonna stick with him through everything. That would be so good to know for any content creator. He's in a really good position, in my opinion.
lost 2,000 pussies who took me in the worst light possible, Why do I have 1.7K viewers on YouTube right now?
Boom, there it is.
Guys, here's the thing you don't realize. I choose not to farm drama. I choose not to. But when I do, I excel. I'm very fucking good at it. Let me tell you something, chat. If I want to fry Saint, I'll fry the fuck out of him. It's easy. I choose not to because I don't want to be that kind of creator. It's not the type of thing I go for. That's why I stayed out of the 1v9. I'm like, no, that's none of my business. I don't want to attack low-hanging fruit. I also don't want to gank somebody who's already down. I literally stay out of this shit, chat. But do you know how fucking easy it is to farm drama in this space, bro? It's all around.
Well, I mean, yeah, because the new updates for the games come out, people play, then they got nothing else to do. Somebody said that before, I forgot who. And yeah, what do people want to watch when there's nothing to do in the game? People having drama. It's entertaining. It is. It really is entertaining. So yeah, I mean, you can get a whole bunch of views. I mean, unironically, like the video I made on Saintontas, both of them, well, really one of them was about the Enfield community, the other one was about Saintontas. Those videos are some of my best videos out right now in terms of just analytics. So yeah, if I'm getting a boost in viewership because of that, that's how you know that this is what the Gacha community likes. Or I'm just bad at every other type of content I do with Gacha. One or the other. Maybe
It's
both.
literally all around us. I can go live for the next 5 days and keep PvPing Twitter on my takes. It's not hard. I can go live for the next 5 days and react to every fucking creator's video on Saint. It's not hard. I can react to the Pokey, the Pixel Tree, the Skull CJ, the fucking Genizat 3-second clip, is the Captain Cabinet shit. Why do you think I don't do this shit, chat? Why do you think I don't do this? Because I don't want to make a career out of stepping on other people's toes. That's not how I get down. You are doing it right now. Why do you think I'm doing it right now?
Wait, he wasn't the first to strike. I don't think defending yourself is stepping on somebody's toes. That's avoiding somebody from cracking your feet, from breaking your freaking foot, from freaking lifting you up, throwing you around, sticking a knife through your throat. That's what he's preventing, right? He's just responding. He's not initiating. I feel like some people, either that guy just joined the stream or he just doesn't pay attention, because there is no way you sat through that entire part of the stream from start to finish and you came out thinking Gacha Smack is stepping on Saintontas' toes. There's no way that... All right, let's just continue. I don't even want to talk about it. There's no way this guy's... Yeah, let's go.
Ask yourself this question. Why am I doing this right now? Are you going to like spin this into Saint's the victim? Saint stuck his nose where it didn't belong, and now we're here. What? That's the truth. That's literally the truth. Tell me that, chat. Am I telling lies? Am I telling lies? It's like, dude, we're here now because I got provoked by this, bro. Like, I'm a nice fucking guy. That's the thing. It's like, brother, man. And then Saint goes to go, oh, here's the thing. You know, I'm going to point this shit out, and but I'm not going to do anything. You know what I mean? Oh, but don't worry, man. I'm not going to make a video out of it.
He's trying to get the plausible deniability. I mean, I do it all the time, right? Like, you could probably hear when I'm talking and I say, oh, but this or but that. He's applying plausible deniability. I know because I'm the master at it, okay? I'm the plausible deniability guy. Right? You say a thing, and then after you're done saying a thing, you add some type of stipulation to it, which kind of puts it in some type of limbo where it's like, okay, he said that thing, but he didn't mean this when he said that thing. Therefore, you can have both the negative attack simulation active and also the positive, you know, friendly little kitten simulation active. And it's hard for people to operate in that zone. Bro, Saintontas is a smart guy. I'll tell you that.
Shit, it's like, nigga, the damage is done already. The damage is already done. Chat, if that wasn't enough, let's go a little bit. Let's go a step further. If that wasn't enough, listen to this. Hold up. If that wasn't enough, Let's go to Saints live stream. Okay, hold up. Let's go to Saints live stream. Chat. This is Saints live stream. Let's see. Let's look at the marketing of it. If I laugh, I'm canceled. That's with me in mind. This didn't say the best quest in Gacha history.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that thumbnail and I'm like, oh, like he's making a joke about the Gacha Smack thing. Because if you guys don't know, right, if you're out of the loop, but something that some people are complaining about is that Gacha Smack was not taking the entire story quest as seriously as he should have, and that he was laughing too much and making fun of it too much. Yeah, dude, he's throwing shade, bro. He's making a joke. Which, again, in my opinion, it's fine. But if he's called out on it and said, like, hey, dude, you're throwing shade my way, and he goes, no, I'm not, then it's a problem, right? It's the lies, bro. Don't lie about stuff like this, right? Be honest.
Before, it said no smacking, no cancellation, no laughing. This is the marketing of bro's story because he's aware of how much people are talking about me and aware of me. That's a direct shot. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all, bro. Like, yo, it's like, nigga, are you aware of this disrespect you are doing right now? And don't get me wrong, I think it's funny. It just ain't the right time, my guy. It ain't the right time. This shit is wild, bro. Chat. The irony in this is bro be going around talking about rat behavior. I'm like, nigga, this is some rat behavior. Holy.
See, he's doing it again, but what Gacha Smack doesn't understand is that when Saintontas does it, it's okay. He's that guy, okay? You're not that guy, Gacha Smack. Saintontas is that guy. He's the top dog right now. Top dog can do whatever he wants. You have to become the top dog in order to usurp that position where you can then be the rat without being a rat. God, I hate using that word. You guys got to come up with better words to use than calling people rats. I don't like it.
Fuck. It's insane, bro. Like, oh my God. It's funny for sure, but like, it's bad timing, nigga. Shit. Oh man, it's crazy. Okay, so look, chat. I wanted to explain this so that you could see this. And here's the thing, because Saint stuck his nose in my business, he has now enabled me to stick my nose in his business.
True.
And you know what's funny? I'm still not gonna go as hard as this nigga because there's a time and place to do that. It depends on how he takes what I just said today. If bro takes it personal, we can take it a step further. It's no joke. I'm gonna give an opinion on the 1v9. Hi, Gacha Smack. I'm sorry to link you this, but still community called you Gacha Diddy, and the guy who said still not banned. I heard about that. John Seaman, the biggest dick sucker in the industry for Kudo Games, apparently is still in Saints Discord. The same guy that like said some weird ass shit and correlated it to a tribal.
I know nothing about what they're talking about right now, so I'm not gonna comment.
Thing. Yeah, the John Seaman guy. A retard. We all know this. But this is what I'm saying. Saint, you stuck your nose in my business. I'll stick my nose in yours in the same vein. Here's what I will say to you, okay? And I'm only saying this, keep in mind, because yo ass stuck your nose in my business. I'm not gonna pick sides. Right? You got a lot of enemies already. Here's what I will say.
Ooh, and before he goes, let me give my take. Because I gotta say what I gotta say before he does. What I think Saintontas should do is just be more accountable. Where you mess up, just be like, yeah, dude, my bad, messed up there, and don't be a hypocrite too, right? People hate hypocrites, so I wouldn't recommend that he continues to act in that manner because that's probably one of the worst labels you can have on you, especially if it's true. So yeah, don't be a hypocrite. Take some more accountability and be honest about what type of channel you have, right? If you want to be a mixed channel where you enjoy attacking, let's not say enjoy, but you do make attacking very minuscule slips and falls from other content creators a part of your normal daily business. Should be honest about it. Be transparent. Like that is how I operate, and You know, I don't have a problem with that. And when people do it to you, you gotta be okay with it. You know, you gotta be able to take it on the chin and be like, hey, you know what? They're attacking my small slip up. It is what it is. That would be my advice to him if I were talking to him.
And I think Asmund would say this exact same thing if he was in any way affiliated with you. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. Okay, you're not a victim. If you are willing to get into that arena and start swinging that fucking sword, and people start swinging back, you don't say, ref, why are they swinging at me? You don't jump out of the arena and go, hold on, man, this isn't fair. You stand on it. You're not a victim. This is absurdity. And I kept that in for your sake because I am not the type of person to stick my nose where it doesn't belong. But if I had to give an opinion, which you have put me in it now, if you live in a glass house, you shouldn't throw stones. Okay? If you can't take it, don't dish it. You know all the sayings. All right? You can't handle the heat, the fuck out of the kitchen. You're not a victim, my guy. You're not. And today is an example of that. That's all I'll say on it. Okay. Anyways, boys. So I need to talk to y'all about this context. Literally. I need to talk to y'all about, I got my own shit to worry about. And it boils down to what you just saw. Saints already cooked. Look, I gave my opinion on it. I did. And listen, chat, before we move further, I want to make sure we're perfectly fucking clear. The only reason that even came out of my mouth is because Brother Man stuck his nose in mine. That's it. Now, let's talk about this.
Hey, let it be known, right? He's simply just clapping back. He is not going out of his way to go after Saintontas. He's clapping back. Let it be known.
This shit. All right, I got a whole notepad. I got a whole fucking notepad to go over here.
Oh, wait, I gotta think, right? What is gonna be Saint's response to this? You know he's gonna respond to it. Now, if he doesn't, I mean, I'll give somebody $10. I don't know. But he's gonna respond to that. Let's guess his response. I think his response is because, again, he's on friendly terms with Gacha Smack. Should be relatively positive. But I'm also questioning that because, to my understanding, him and Captain Cabinets were pretty friendly towards each other. But the second she joined in on the criticism, like, hey, this is where you're messing up, Saint, he's calling her a rat, you know, fake, all these types of things. And I'm like, wow, like, that's insane, dude. Like, wow. And so I wouldn't be surprised if he puts Gacha Smack in the same category. Now, you also do have to take into account, what does Gacha Smack have that Captain Cabinets and the rest of the people who are currently, you know, firing shots at Saintontas, what do they not have that he has? Gacha Smack has motion. He has a huge following. So I do have this theory that Saintontas is slightly or somewhat or even majorly clout driven. So he wouldn't dare go toe-to-toe with a near peer or peer adversary. That is my guess, and so he's most likely to respond in a somewhat positive manner. I could be wrong, though. Again, that's it right there, right? The plausible deniability. I could be wrong. Oh, you know, that could be the case. Plausible deniability. Gotta love it.
Whole ass notepad. All right, we got this going on. Let's move this over here.
See the notes, man?
All right, so ooh, fuck me. All right. Look at this, chat. When it's drama, you know what's annoying about people? It's when you're covering drama, your numbers go high, right? I have a casual 2,600 motherfuckers watching me. But it's like, that's nothing to brag about. Like, bro, anybody can get views covering drama. It's not fucking hard. People love drama, bro. They do.
It's true, dude. I'm getting more views on average right now. I even gained my first 3 subscribers off of a video that was negative towards Saintontas. He's not wrong about this. People love that crap. People probably wake up on their walk, on their drive, on their bike, their whatever they are to work, pop those headphones in. What's going on with the gacha space? Just listen to all this slop, eating it up constantly from every single creator. Because why not, right? They find it enjoyable. On the way to school too, right? On the way home. During lunch. Because it's easy, dude. You pop in some headphones, you can just listen. And I do it too, right? I'm self-reporting right now, actually. Yeah, and you know what? I can respect Gacha Smack, actually. I can respect the fact that he's like, you know what? I'm choosing not to engage in that type of content. You know, I want to make content that's more focused on actual video games, talk about the video games, what's going on, new updates, new games coming out, all that type of jazz. That's what I want too, but I mean, I'm farming right now, obviously, right? You know, guilty as charged. Shoot me if you can.
Love that shit. Guess what? This stream is a peak viewership stream for me, literally because it's drama. Niggas be like, yeah, bro, you know what I'm saying? I'm killing it, dog. I'm killing it, bro. I'm him. It's like, nigga, you just farm drama, bro. It's
the easiest content to make, especially in the gacha community. It's the easiest content. The 2 easiest things you can do in the gacha space is be a guide maker and be a drama farmer. Those are the 2 most lucrative things. Or you can prioritize your content towards children. That's probably also going to be a huge gain for you. Those 3 things will get you views. Anything else, if you're doing freaking... When I say guide content, I'm usually talking about like character builds. I'm not really talking about like guide content, like, oh, how to beat this level in Tower of Adversity, tips and tricks, or you know, where are all the chests located. I don't think many people watch those videos. I could be wrong. And they're not really that easy to make all the time. There's a new character coming out. There's 2 new characters that come out every, 2 weeks? 2 or 3 weeks? You're guaranteed like 1 or 2 video off of each character and their big videos. And then in between that, there's always something going on that's drama filled. Either some new game has some problem with it, or some bad update for another game. There's always something to talk about. So you get really like half of your videos are actual gameplay and stuff videos, and the rest drama and guides, views, money instantly.
You farm drama. It's not hard to farm fucking drama, bro. It really ain't. It's insane to me. Now, chat. Here's the notepad. Okay, because we got to get into this. Like I said before, the reason I'm under smoke.
All right, note number 1. He called Amith Rover's wife. This was demonstrably a lie. So he's not, okay, so it's not true. He's not trying to say Amith is Rover's wife. Okay, we'll start there.
Is all kind of shit. All right.
Wait, what the hell, Vegeta? What's going on with that? We'll get there when we get there.
Not really. Why are they mad at Gacha Smack? We did this the other day. He called Amith Rover's wife. We showed that was demonstrably a lie. I never did that. I gave the story a legendary 7 out of 10. Shoot me, right?
Dude, that's what I was saying at the beginning, though. I was like, yeah, this, when I was going through to watch my gameplay video, I was saying, like 70% through it, that it was about a 7 out of 10. At the end of it, I upgraded it to an 8 because I really enjoyed the ending. I enjoyed the entire thing, really. I mean, the beginning was a bit slow. I effed with Luke, though, by the way. Luke was fun as hell to hang out with. But the beginning was pretty slow. You go through it, you get to the middle, all the meat and the meat and potatoes. I thought around the middle that's where it was going to end, but it kept going. More and more stuff kept happening, and then boom, Imith is gone. Now she's freaking lobotomized. And then Rover genuinely had lost for the first time ever. That resonated with me. And I thought, you know what, that was so enjoyable. That will say it's an 8. And it's actually my number 1 of all the story quests, with number 2 being for level 1 slightly below it. And it's only slightly below it because they ruined it by bringing her back so quickly. If they do the same thing to Imith, it's getting dropped as well. Both of those would be 7 out of 10s. Straight up.
I stand on that. You laughed at a serious and sad moment. I laughed at Rover's goofy ass Rizzler face, and then I made a joke about Rover kneeling down like Vegeta and needing a Phoenix Down revive in Final Fantasy.
I don't know the context of what a Phoenix Down revive is in Final Fantasy. Also, I don't play as male Rover, so I don't remember our goated real Rover, female Rover, having any type of Vegeta face. So I don't know. And if he's laughing at that, who cares? And you know what? If he's laughing at anything, who cares? What the hell, dude? Like you're upset that he found something funny in the game. I mean, you can think it's dumb that he laughed at something, but you're getting in your feelings about that. What is going on?
Shoot me. That shit was funny, and my whole chat laughed as well as me to tears, might I add. I still have people commenting, telling me that they fucking died laughing and they were just like lingering in the stream. They said that shit literally almost made them pass out. So it's like, at the end of the day, these are jokes. It's like, I'm not apologizing for any of that. 5:57:30. Smack viewed this from a parenting perspective. We went over this on stream. We're just going over it real briefly. Didn't agree that a daughter would act the way Ameth is acting towards the father. He thought it was weird and more along the
I saw this part of his stream.
lines of an ambiguity, which leaves room for her potentially looking at him as a love.
And by the way, that is absolutely what they did with Imith. And if you think not, let me tell you why. Why in hell do they make her so appealing towards like the girlfriend archetype? Nobody watching that saw her as a daughter until it was confirmed. Quite literally. Nobody did. You saw her as some type of like happy-go-lucky, bubbly, very, I don't know, like I want to say clingy, but attached to Rover type of girl, which is pretty expected in Wuthering Waves, right? Rover walks into a room, girls get wet. I guess is how it is. That's what I thought too when I was going through it. I'm like, oh, she probably, just another one. Another one bites to death, right? Another one is into Rover. Cool, whatever. Then you get to the part when it's revealed, like, oh, that's her kid. It completely changed my mindset, by the way. I'm like, oh, she's not a love interest. But it's still clear that the writers or the presenters of the story are making it ambiguous so they can appeal towards people who want her to be a love interest, people who have that kind of self-insert experience with Rover, which I hate, by the way. This was the first quest where Rover actually, it felt like she spoke a lot and was actually a character. That was the one thing I was talking about when I was going through it, that she felt like an actual character when I was going through it. And it made it much more enjoyable. Holy cow. Keep it that way, please. But yeah, they definitely kept it ambiguous on purpose to appeal to both types of audiences, right? People who are looking forward to like a different type of relationship that Rover can have with a character, outside of her only friends being male characters, and then everybody else is not a friend; they're a love interest. Not everybody else. Obviously, some characters like Zani are not love interests, but you know what I mean. Anyways, let's move on.
And this is the thing, it's ambiguous intentionally, right?
Yep.
People who, and it's ambiguous to appease both sides. It's
Yep.
like people who want the daddy-daughter dynamic, they can interpret it that way.
Yep.
And then there's the people who play this game with male Rover as a self-insert.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest. I pre-watched this. This is pre-watched. Like, let's be honest. Pre-watched. I know everything he's gonna say before he says it. Come on.
And they look at it in that way. So that's the second reason. Now, here's the thing I want to do, because I already know there's people who are immediately going to try and deny it, right? People are going to try and deny it. But here's what I would tell you, chat. Can you be honest with yourself, please? One second. Can you be honest with yourself and you tell me this? Does that look like daddy daughter? If you were to show this to 10,000 people on,
Yeah, if you just show that image to somebody who has no context of what's going on, they would think it's some type of like sci-fi story about this girl. Like her hair is digitized, right? This girl who's some type of digital girl, and maybe this guy who is either in love with her or has some type of connection to her in some way that is not relationship for family. Yeah, I would see somebody be like some type of love interest, or they are in some way connected that is not just platonic. Come on, dude. Just by the way she's dressed, she has a heart on her chest. Come on. But yeah, some people, it's like they're denying reality, really. Like they're denying reality to be right, which is annoying.
the street, and you were to say, what kind of relationship do you think these people have? What do you think those 10,000 people on the street would say?
90%, some type of love interest or feelings or attraction or some type of thing like that.
What do you think they would say, chat? They'd be like, oh, they must be a couple, cute couple. Yeah. Yeah. It's like these people are trying to call me insane for looking at this, even with context. Y'all are saying without, some people are saying without context. Even with context, I'm gonna be real with you, bro.
With context. Let me think about that. So with context, I think at the end of the day, it will always be parent child, parent daughter relationship. Mother daughter, father daughter, whatever you want to call it. I think that's how they're gonna keep it. If I'm wrong, I'll be disgusted if I'm wrong. This is probably me just being idealistic, really. Because I would hate if at any point, at any time, she confesses some type of romantic attraction. Like the whole stepmom, stepdad thing, I just don't want to see that. I would be annoyed. I would regret. I actually got Imith today, and I got Chisa today. By the way, I'm still free to play. I'm like that, okay? And yeah, I would just not. I would not be going for it. But I think they're gonna leave it ambiguous. Of course, they're gonna leave it that way, but they're not gonna. No, there's no way they're gonna actually have her become a love interest. Please don't do that.
Brother, this is still pretty wild with context. Like, huh? So my thing is, this is just one example, right? This is just one example. Oh, hold on. Hey, I just joined, so I don't have the full context. Let's finally be the day when Gacha Smack realizes how manipulative and a bad human being Saint is, or maybe next episode. We're off it. We're off of it, okay? We're off of the Saint shit. We're moving on. So,
Dang, he's such a good dude, man. Look at that. He just pushes to the side. He's such a good dude.
The gaslighting is insane. Wait, I'm gaslighting? Okay, hold on, bro. Chat, let's get a show of hands. Even with context, does this look 100% like daddy daughter?
And there's no way you can say 100%. Even if you say like the highest amount, even at 99, they're still at 1%, right? There's no way you can say 100%. Everybody knows that this could be something else.
With context, 100%, does this look like strictly daddy daughter? Look at the chat. Look at the chat.
It looks mixed.
Not 100%. It doesn't. That's why I said, chat, this is what I said. It's ambiguous. It's ambiguous. No, even if you stretch it, no. Right? And so, like, me saying I thought it was weird and more along the lines of ambiguity, which leaves room for her being in love, you can't even say it's wrong. You can't even say it's wrong. It's because of that fucking chess. Yeah, but brother, look, hear me out. I agree, but that's my point, man. My point is, you know what? Like I said, chat, I prepared my ass off today. I got a timestamp of the proper outfit she should have had on, which is
it's probably gonna be the school outfit. That's probably what she should be wearing, right?
One that she was wearing earlier in the story. Check
Yep.
this out. Hold on. We got all the context, boys. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we got all that shit. 140. 15. Here we go. Here we go. Oh boys, we was ready for this. So
yep,
why
there it
she
is.
Wearing something like this, man? Why is she wearing this? Why do y'all think that is, chat? Why don't you think she's wearing this?
Okay, instantly, there's already going to be some dummies that show up and say something like this. Well, obviously, because she was going to school at the time. And if you didn't pay attention to what happened in her cinematic, she put on the little exostrider suit so she can control it. And she never took it off because she died in the exostrider, you dummy. That's what some people are going to say. When the real answer is the developers intentionally designed her that way. And even if there's a reason in story for it, they intentionally put a reason in story for it, a reason in lore You cannot say, oh, because it's in lore, it is. No, it's in lore because they decided they wanted the lore to be that way. Right? Somebody made that decision. It didn't have to be made that way. It's convenient. It's convenient that it's that way. And who is it for? It's for people who have a problem with a female character not being accessible through the eyes of the main character, that they cannot have some type of self-insert access to them. Right? That's why she has to be ambiguous so they can appease that audience. They won't be angry. Imagine if she actually was dressed like that and the entire time, maybe she was still bubbly, she's still herself, but say a lot less touchy-feely and a lot more like I got mommy or daddy issues type of girl. I think that audience would be less likely to pull on that banner straight up. Like, I think half of them are gone instantly. They're like, yeah, I'm going to skip Luke and then I'm going to get whatever waifu comes out next because this girl is not my waifu type of deal.
Would this not be the more appropriate outfit if you're doing a daddy-daughter dynamic? That wouldn't sell, though, would it? Yeah, that wouldn't sell.
Rewatched.
Could have put Chisa. Could have put Chisa on it. I think you're really an idiot, Unc, if you don't know what the meaning that. You can't even speak English properly, and I'm supposed to take you serious?
Damn.
Okay, little bro. I'm okay. Well, I mean, you calling me an idiot doesn't mean anything to me, just so we're clear. Anyways, that's the third reason. We haven't even gotten to the real part, right? Here's the real part. Here's the real part. Oh, wait, you know what? No. My ADHD does that. We're not moving on. I got timestamps for all of this shit. So once again, now we go to 3-hour mark in 24, right? We go to the 3-hour mark in 24. Let's go to this next. 3-hour mark in 24. Here we go.
Now, what are we looking at?
They were the ones who cut communications. They ignored every wish you had outside your mission. They forced you into this life of roving.
What point is he going to make here?
And still, you crossed the stars to fulfill their wish. How could they? How dare they treat you like that?
Once again, you can view this from the angle of a daughter, but I think anyone who takes the ambiguity of these sentiments and says, that's kind of wild. I'm going to be real. Like these feelings are kind of wild. Thanks for spoiling.
I don't think I agree with this. No, like I think someone. Okay, well let's roll it back. What is she talking about? For those who don't know, Rover is an alien to the planet they are currently on. Rover, she was sent from this planet, from her homeland to basically defend this new planet from this thing called Lament. It's very bad, blah blah blah. And basically, she's been doing it for so long, she eventually misses home, right? And when she misses home, she's like, hey, I want to go back. She sends a message back home, right? I want to go back. I want to see home again. And they basically tell her, no, you got a mission to do, and you're basically never coming back. Imith finds out, and this is what she's crashing out about, right? She thinks it's unfair. I could see any son or daughter that's not from this promised land that Rover is from being upset about this and crashing out. Like, how can they treat my mother or my father? Like, I can see that. Now, let's see what Smack has to say.
Spoilers, go fuck yourself, buddy. You think if you haven't played the story by now, but you're in the drama of Smack going over the story.
Yeah, dude, you're what? Dude, like, come on. You know he's talking about the story. What? Yeah, dude, you're crazy. He must be trolling.
I call you a moron. That's what I call you. I call you a bad actor. Like, you walked into the Gacha Smack drama about the story and then got spoiled. Wow, man. Real intelligent there, little bro. Nice try, though. Bad actor. All right. Anyways, man. Okay, so let's continue on. Nice try to spin that narrative. You thought you were slick there, yeah? Hey, yo, Chillax, thank you for that, man. People saying women are dramatic, but there's nothing compared to unemployed CCs with no life outside their rooms, and their chat reflects that. Hey, you know what, man? I don't disagree. Let me look at this other guy. I still find it wild this sparked from a laugh. I personally thought it was a weird, but in no capacity did I think, man, fuck Smack. Internet is volatile for sure, but I still love your content. Thank you for the $10, brother. I appreciate that. I just realized I never read your shit out. Chat. So here's another thing. Don't project your view of parenting to us. You're in my chat listening to my point of view. What are you waffling about? What? Oh my God. Hey, yo, mods. If I'm gonna let y'all use your judgment. I'm gonna let y'all use y'all's judgment. Some of these people, it's so obvious. It's bad faith.
He's giving them free reign. Oh no.
It's so obvious. If you detect like salt and not like trying to actually have a real discussion on this, just ban them. If you detect salt, like if
they're just gone.
They're not trying to have a real discussion on it, just ban them. Okay, so chat, we're continuing on. You crossed the stars to fulfill the risk. How could you? How dare they? So this is yet again another moment for me that I thought was odd, because I'm like, I'm weighing this daughter versus lover. Daughter versus lover. How's a daughter react? How's a lover react? And in this, I think once again, it's an ambiguous scenario where you can still view her as potentially looking at Rover as somebody she deeply loves, not just as a family figure, but potentially an intimate way.
So I'm not saying that she can't write that. They are keeping it ambiguous. I don't know how that applies to this scene. I don't know why he picked out this scene in particular. I can think of like 2 or 3 other scenes where I could see the ambiguity being spewed. Not here though. For me, especially how they have it panned out too, right? They have Rover sitting down, probably talking to her about maybe not what home is like, but how amazing the stars are, right? They're playing with the paper plane. I just don't see why this would be the scene he would pick out. I don't know what he's seeing.
Ambiguous, like I said. So let's continue on. Let's go back over here to this final clip. 2 minutes and 28:01. 2 minutes and 28:01. Let's go to this one.
I see it.
All right, let's continue. I'm in the minority of perspectives on this. Chat. Am I in the minority of perspectives on this? I want y'all to be completely honest.
He could be. I wouldn't be surprised if he's in the minority. Like, the fact that he's getting all this hate, it probably shows the majority is just not going for it. And by the way, being the minority doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It's just a thing that exists, right? It's just numbers. He could be in the minority. And by the way, I'm with him on it being ambiguous. I think it's obvious. But I also think people who play gacha games they see things very black and white. Like, the word ambiguity probably wasn't a word they learned when they're growing up. It's like some alien language to them. I genuinely think that nuance, ambiguity, these weird words where it's like things are more than just black and white, they're bad words, really. Don't use them. These guys can't handle it.
I want y'all to be completely honest. Am I in the minority of perspectives on this? No, not sure. We have more yeses. We have more yeses. To be fair, but I see no's. I actually see no's.
I see them too.
Yep, we see more yeses. Okay, so look, I'll be completely honest. Chat is saying I'm in the minority on this. Check this out though, chat. Check this out. If I'm in the minority, but other people see it too, then what does that tell you?
Well, that doesn't mean you're in the majority. That just minority doesn't mean I don't know what he's about to say, but what he's implying. I'm assuming he's implying that means he's in the majority. But no, it doesn't mean that. It just means being in the minority doesn't mean you're alone. There's just less of you than there are the majority. Now he might be implying that he's in a large minority, which could be. I think that could be the case. But the majority definitely sees it black and white. It could be a small majority though.
I kind of agree with you. Yeah, no. There's more yeses than nos, but there's still no's. So check this out. If I'm not the only one that thinks it, and if I had to be honest, it's about a 70-30 split. I can chat. I would say 70%
70-30 in his chat. Okay.
that chat says yes, 30% of chat says no. And here's the thing. I'm low-hanging fruit, so who's to say some of you guys are just saying yes because you fucking hate me and you're in here to try to say something. That's a possibility. Regardless, there are no's. So that means it can be ambiguous. By definition, it's ambiguous. If 100%.
Oh, he's making a good point here. It's ambiguous because there is disagreement on what's happening. Okay, that's where he was going with that. Yeah, that's true, right? People are not seeing it eye to eye. Most people might see it one way, but there's a good group that's seeing it another way. So by definition, it's ambiguous because everybody or the vast majority cannot agree upon what is happening, right? There would never be 100% agreement on anything, right? I bet you 100% of people don't agree that the sky is blue. But if 98% of people agree on something, it is. Usually.
Percent of the chat didn't say yes, it's ambiguous. Now check this out. Check this out.
Please, I'm begging you.
Let's see.
I'll destroy Sigil. So, just go. Stay away from it, okay? Please, I'm begging you.
So, a daughter telling the parent to stay away, I'm begging you. The parent is not in danger at all. I'm going to be real. These are things I found odd. Now, you're
wait. But wasn't she doing this because she just didn't want Rover to know the truth? Regardless of why she didn't want... I don't think the reason why she didn't want Rover to know the truth because it had anything to do with, like, her romance or anything. More of just... Yeah, what she said, right? She remembers when Rover was sad about not being able to go home. She doesn't want to see Rover like that again. Which is... Again, I don't agree with her doing that. I was crashing out about her doing that, but yeah... I don't know why he's linking this to romance. Let's see what he has to say.
free to disagree, chat. But I look at this like, does a daughter actually do that for their fucking parent?
Does a daughter or child go out of their way to stop a parent from seeing something that they think would be harmful for their person? I say yeah. I think maybe he's looking at it from the perspective of only like his personal experience, which I'm doing too, right? So I've never been in a situation where I thought like, or I've seen any type of child or even myself of a parent be like, oh, like my parent is gonna run into this thing that might harm them emotionally because that's what she's afraid of for happening to Rover, and they're like, I don't want to stop them from going into it. You know, it is what it is. I'm not saying there are people who don't do that, but it's like usually people be like, you know, maybe you shouldn't put yourself in that situation where you can be hurt. Right? Like how many kids see been in a situation where maybe their mom or their dad was being cheated on and they weren't a fan of the cheating, but they didn't want their parent to see it happening, so they kind of inadvertently helped hide it. You see what I'm trying to say? Where it's kind of like, yeah, like I could see a kid trying to protect their parent from some type of emotional harm. Let's see what he has to say.
No, not that I've seen. Now, a lover, once again, let's weigh it. A lover versus a daughter. Which one's more likely to do it? Which one's more likely to do it?
Dude, I actually don't. I think maybe a lover or romance is a little bit more likely, for sure, but I don't think it's that drastic.
Lover. There we go. The lover's more likely to do it.
People say, I say a lot of both.
It's not a both. It's not a both.
Yeah, I'm with the both. That's where I'm at. Like it's around the same. Maybe a lover a little bit more likely because I don't know. I feel like a child and parent dynamic, you're a little bit like less connected in a way, if that makes sense. Because of a lot of reasons, like generational differences and stuff, and just different personality types that come out in different generations and all that. But whereas people usually get, married to people who are within the same generational context, yeah, I could see, a lover being more connected in that way. Plus, lovers typically spend more time with you than your kid does. That's true. So yeah.
It's not a both. You know it's a lover. A lover is more likely to do it for sure. You just both. Like, come on.
I don't know, dude. It's like a 6-7, really.
Oh my god, dude. This is hilarious, man. Hey, you know what? We can agree to disagree. It's completely fine. We can agree to disagree.
Yeah.
It's completely fine. Final thing. We'll go over to the next thing. Here we go. Final thing here. Here's the final thing. 1 minute 49:45. 1 minute 49:45.
Okay, so far he picked out clips where I think they don't really showcase what he's talking about. But let's see if this last one is what is going to be showcasing what he's talking about.
All right, here's the final one I got. 1 minute 49:45. Here we go.
Go get some rest.
Don't you ever jump in after me like that again.
Yeah, okay. When I watched that was weird for me too. Okay, yeah, this is one of them. Yep. This one was weird for me too. When I was like I heard that, I forgot how I reacted to it, but I probably tried to not give my weird react, like the off-putting nature of it. Like, what do you mean, don't ever jump in after me like that again? Like, you think your mom or your dad, like, is not gonna be like, oh my god, my kid's in trouble. I'm not gonna freaking go in there and save my kid, because when people have kids, they typically like, dude, people would die for their kids, okay? So yeah, this one was kind of weird. Like the way she said everything about it, like, yeah, let's see what he has to say. Dude, look at that. He's like cringing over it. I was too.
All right. A lover or a daughter?
Hey, I'm gonna be honest. That's lover, bro. Hey, that's lover. Lover 100%.
100%.
Lover both.
Yeah.
Lover. Yeah. We
100%.
see. Yeah, we all see. We all see it. We all see it. We all see it. That was weird.
Oh, look, the chat done flipped. The chat done flipped. Oh, shit. Chat done flipped. Oh, got your comeback on them, boys. Got your comeback on them. Look at them, boys. Yep. That's what I'm trying to say, man. And so it's ambiguous. Yep. Oh, boy, y'all going crazy in that chat. It's the weird writing. I agree. Now listen, chat. Like I said, there's people in chat who are like emotional. They're emotional, right?
Yeah, that's my problem, right? Like, how are you getting this bothered by that? Like, I think his take is based in reality, like we was trying to say. Again, those two clips that you brought up before, not the best clips. Like, they don't make much sense to me at all. This one for sure is really good for what he's trying to say. And there are a couple other ones too, like just the way she acts around Rover. But yeah, getting emotional over this. How is that real? Like, how you that invested in this little story that it's almost like you're ready to fight over it. That is insane to me, dude. I mean, I know people fight over team sports, but this, and by the way, fighting over team sports is ridiculous. You're fighting over a guy who thinks a girl in a story might be attracted to the step mom or dad in the story. That's it. Or not even that. No, his point is that they left it ambiguous on purpose, which everybody knows. Everybody should know that was done. Yeah, dude. Some of these guys, like, they have headcanons, and if their headcanon is not what it is, no. This is not even a headcanon. It's not a headcanon. The fact that you can be pointing out that there was what's the word I'm looking for? There was a deliberate induction of a potential love interest to keep a certain audience satiated, even though the character is not supposed to be a love interest. The fact that you're pointing that out is a problem for them. Is a problem. It dissolves your reality where Imith is just a girl who has a parent and she loves her parent. It destroys it, and they hate that. Those people are weird.
And they're coming in here and they're angry at me for context that they saw on Twitter, right? Out on Twitter. But the reality of the situation is this is totally ambiguous, bro. It is. And I find it funny that chatters are completely forgetting that gacha games sell waifus and self-insert experiences for the shut-in neat who wants to have that waifu pour their feelings out into one.
Yeah, that's who it's for. This is the reason, by the way, why we get I swear to God, not a swear on God, I swear to something that we only get a male character, not every blue moon, every blood moon. That is the reason. Remember this. Hey, remember this, everybody. Gion did sell very well. No, somebody might be saying, oh, but he's the launch banner, blah, 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 blah. That matters, but it doesn't matter as much as you think it does. If Gion sold really well, then Yinlin did as well. Let's say they haven't even made the character. I know they did. They already had all their characters planned out a long time ago, which also plays to my point. They could have. This is what they could have done. They could have controlled their audience. This is something that any type of media, even content creators, do as well. You cultivate your audience. They decided to scrap the idea, or not even consider. I don't know what the idea of people are like over at Kuro Games, but they decided not to continue with we got a male character, he sold well, and we can have a good ratio of male to female, where maybe you go 70-30 or 60-40 female to male, right? There'll always be more females, obviously. But they didn't do that because they were too afraid that the audience of self-insert people that want to have waifus every other day would just not be there. Which, by the way, I think they would have had not a larger audience, but maybe a sizable in comparison that they do now if they kept a momentum of like for every 2 females, 1 male. If that was the way the game went, I promise you, with how good they are at designing characters and giving characters their combat abilities and appointing great voice actors and interesting, somewhat sometimes storylines, sometimes not all the time. I promise you, they would have brought in people from games where they like playing as a cool dude in an action game. They would be playing this game too. I don't think that many people who are a part of that audience play this game right now because it's too many girls. Straight up. Yeah. And my point is that they are specifically, right? I'm going on a huge rant right now, but they are specifically targeting that audience of people who want to have the self-insert. And that's okay if they want to, but it's the denial of it not happening, right? People denying that it's not real and that, you know, Amith, I always pronounce her name differently every time. She's just some girl and that's how it is, right? She doesn't have any type of attraction towards Rover, which again, she probably doesn't, but you just got to acknowledge that it was left ambiguous. Just acknowledge that and move on.
It's like you're just completely ignorant of this. And I'm trying to say, chat, listen, I'm not trying to sway you to say the whole thing is a lover. That's not my intent, chat. My intent is you cannot outright say this is not ambiguous. All this stuff, you cannot say it, man. Like the picture from earlier, like this here, bro, like where's it at? You cannot say that.
Oh, wait, yeah, that was his other example. That picture is a good example.
Can't fault people if they go, this is kind of weird. Like a daughter is not wearing that shit like that, bro, and holding their dad. Like, bro, it's odd. It's odd. You can't even say that. And so that's my point. My point is, whether you agree or disagree, there is an ambiguous portrayal of
You know, it's also a good point. How much you want to bet some of these guys are calling her a wife? Right? How many of these guys are actually doing that? How many of these guys are like, that's not even calling her a wife like for themselves? That's Rover's wife. I bet you there are. I bet you I can go online right now. I don't want to look at that if I'm being honest though. But you guys can go search it up for yourselves. Imith Rover wife. Put those 3 words in. I bet you're gonna find some stuff. You know you are. And it's weird, boy. It's real weird over there in Alabama. Wuthering, Alabama. God, do I love that game. Play it every day. Log in to do my dailies. And I have all my stepdaughters in the game. Gathering stepdaughters, that's what it is. Wuthering, gathering stepdaughters. Now, ain't that just a good gig?
Intimacy or love versus that daddy-daughter thing. And I guess it's however you guys take it. Me, considering that the last 17 women were in love with Rover, considering that this is Gathering Wives until...
Yeah, like, there's the context, right? Like, come on. Like, we know how, I'm not gonna say shameless they are, but how, who they're targeting. We know what they're trying to do, right? Why is it that we get a male character every Blood Moon? I just said this. It's because they want to target that audience. They don't care about the other audience they can target with the male characters. They want to get the freaking self-insert people. And by the way, I promise you, when Geshu Lin comes out, he's going to sell like crazy. That guy is going to sell like crazy. And mark my words on that, by the way. Unless they ruin him, unless they make him some type of weird, like, I don't know, cuck or something in the actual story. Because your story presence does matter. I got Imyth because her story, or her in the story presence was really good. I thought it was really, I was not planning on getting her at all. And that plus her gameplay was really cool too.
this patch, all odds can point in that direction, and to automatically assume, like, no, that's not it. No, that's not it. Chat. He also looks the same age as her. Here's the final piece of evidence. And guess what? You know what corroborates?
I'm gonna be honest though, like, you gotta also talk about in the anime context, like, there's a lot of characters in anime. Not all, there are definitely some who don't, but there are a lot of characters in the anime context where the parent looks very young and the kid doesn't, just because the way they draw them, right? And in the content, oh no, I'm not gonna. No, I don't think this is lore convenience on purpose. Okay, Rover was intentionally made to be always youthful, right, an omnipotent god. This is just circumstances because Imyth wasn't even a character that they had designed when 1.0 came out. Is he reaching here? Is this a bit of a reach? Wait, I mean, maybe his point is because it just looks ambiguous. And if that's the case, yeah, it does, right? The age, the look and age does matter for it to be ambiguous, I guess, yeah.
And is parallel to that vampirism. And you know that vampires do be literally in love and marking children, and then they grow up and then they fall in love with them. Like, this is another thing that's weird, bro.
He's talking about those classic vampires.
Because it's not real in real life. Like, this is not, you can't even apply that in real life. The dad in real life ain't gonna look like he's 17. It's not. It's like, so that's my point. Hey, that's my whole reasoning on that. Now the big one. Here comes the big one. Here comes the big one. I feel like you could, you know what? Hold on, chat. Give me a second. I want to read y'all's comments. I want y'all to feel like I'm ignoring y'all. Hold on. And then we'll get into the big one. Okay, this will be grooming. Yeah, I agree on this part. If we break it down at face value, no daughter is wearing a fucking leotard in front of their parent. That's my point exactly. The daddy in particular. How convenient. Interview with a vampire. That's a classic. Now he's saying shit.
Yeah, but when it comes to the outfit, I don't think that the outfit was made for the purpose of being ambiguous. I think that was just made for the Gooners. That's what I think it was made for. I think it just happens to add on. It's just an add-on to them making it ambiguous, right? Because if you're going to sell Imyth, you're going to have her wear her schoolgirl outfit, or you're going to have her wear her freaking Evangelion outfit that also shows off her skin to sell the character. Like, come on. I'm talking about in the story, by the way, not in gameplay. If they had her in the schoolgirl outfit in the story, I bet you they would have lost maybe like 0.5% of sales, or maybe 1%, just because of that alone. Not even kidding.
Just for saying shit? No, we're not. I think everything I said was perfectly in reason. I do.
Wait, they got VXV in here? That's what he said. Considering the conditions the game did to us players for always having the waifu idea when we see Rover interacting with these girls, it's only natural people would assume as much. True. Yeah, true. Because I was thinking that when I was going through it. And by the way, when I'm reacting to these games, like I don't typically react to the wife and stuff. I'm numb to it, bro. I became numb to it after what character? Who was the character that sealed the deal? I think it might have been Camellia. Yeah, I think not Camilla when you first meet her, but like when you play her story quest, like how much of a simp she was. I'm like, Jesus, dude. Even though she was meant to be that character, because like you go through it, Yinlin's one of them. Jinxie isn't. Chongli's one of them. Who came out after Chongli? Juju's one of them. Unironically, Jiangli Yao's one of them too. He's a freaking simp. Yeah, it just kept going, and then Shorekeeper, right? So I was like, oh, all these girls are just in the rover. Okay, cool. That's how the game is. Outside of Jinxie, our go.
I think everything I said was in perfect reason. Now they will say Rover is 1 million years old. Yeah, intentionally ambiguous. My point exactly. It's intentionally ambiguous. What is this guy on about? That's saying nothing. That's just like a toddler response. Bro forgot Freerin. This is.
Oh yeah, and by the way, guys, they're bringing up Freerin. And by the way, I always play as female rover, so for me, it's even less of a thing, right? Than the impact if you're playing as a male rover. And even then, I see it all the time. Imith acts more like the parent than Rover does. Well, I'm reading this guy's comment. Well, to be fair, Rover lost her memories, right? So it would be very weird if I lost my memories like completely, and then I start a new life, and they're like, "Oh yeah, by the way, you got a stepdaughter." It's like, oh, yeah, I do. I would be so if I found out today that the whole life I've been living so far, these last 20 something years, have all been not fake, but I've been separated from my old memories, and in my old memories, I actually have like some stepkid or something, and then I meet him. Dude, that's weird. Straight up.
So cooked. It's a fictional game, bro. None of that is like any intelligent rebuttals, by the way. Do they explain why he doesn't age? I mean, he's a god. Hell, I don't know, bro. He's a fucking god. They are different rovers. I love this echo chamber. Calling this an echo chamber is the most disingenuous shit ever. You just watched.
Wait, are you saying, is this guy saying it's an echo chamber because he has a community, his community is more likely to agree with him? Number one, he already had people in his community leave. And number two, of course, people in your community are more likely to agree with you. That's just, people typically watch who they agree with. People who watch who they disagree with, or one of two people who are genuinely interested in a different take, and then people who hate watch. Hate watching is real, bro. Some people love the hate watch.
My chat in real time disagree with me like a motherfucker about 3 topics ago. Calling that an echo chamber is literally 70% of the chat disagree with me earlier. You're just demonstrably wrong, honestly. There's a guy right now, L Smack, right? Like, it's not an echo chamber even in the least bit, bro. I think the writing is ass. Also, there's no way this gives daughter-father vibes. Hey, man. So,
all right, he's just yapping to his chat here. Let's get back into the meat and potatoes. Let's start over here.
Here we go.
Nope, let's go.
I know these niggas is fatherless. I do not apologize for this comment. This is me saying this. This is me responding in real time, right? I know these niggas are fatherless. I said this, chat. And I had a lot of people go into the comment section and cry and whine and bitch and moan and all that. Here's my response. I do not apologize for this comment. The same thing I said to Saint earlier. If you can't take the heat, then get out the kitchen. This was directed at the people attacking me personally over the story, claiming I'm a bad father IRL.
Yo, that's insane. That's insane. Taking that out of the game, saying like, yo, in real life, I bitch suck at being a dad, right? How can you not understand that a daughter has a right to wear provocative clothing in front of her father as she convinces him not to do X, Y, or Z? How dare you? That's insane, dude.
Scum of the earth, piece of shit, etc. over a fictional story playthrough. This is absolutely fatherless behavior, and that was whom it was directed at. You do not get to cry, bitch, and moan after you insult me in 17 different ways personally And then I hit you with that's fatherless behavior, and you go, wow, what a fucking criminal. It's like, oh, so you're throwing stones from a glass house? Is that what we're doing?
Yo, you know what's a good if you guys ever watched this one channel, Abba and Preach, they're pretty funny guys, right? Something that they do is they would post the video, right? It could be about anything, like some random thing like on Jubilee, some joke or whatever, and then somebody would put a reply. You'll find whatever reply like that hard disagrees with them, and then they would pin it and they would comment on it. And what I've noticed is people have absolutely no problem throwing shade at the creators they watch, but the second the creators put them in the spotlight with them, they always crumble. Almost like 90% of the time. It is insane. Like how that works. Like you're so comfortable like making these statements towards someone else, but the second they put you in the exact, not even the exact same position, just put a little bit of spotlight, right? You know, your pinky hits the light for a second, you burn like a vampire. That's insane to me.
You know what I'm saying? Now I'm Hitler, but you dissed it first and couldn't take it. Okay, buddy. All right. Chat. Am I unreasonable for this? That's so hilarious. Niggas took it too far. They took it too far. I then respond in kind, and I'm bad. It's like, okay, brother. The insult is mild. I know. Chat. I promised myself before I went live that I wasn't gonna like get insanely passionate and pop off. But this is one of the reasons why I'm losing subs. These little babies can dish it and they can't take it. All I did was clap back.
True.
Right? And then they got mad. And we'll show it. But look, here we go. Let's go back. Let's go back to it. The next one. Wait, where's it at? This is the big one. Here we go. Yeah, this is the big one. Okay. Proof that I actually didn't mean. Okay, yeah. So this one right here, y'all saw it. Y'all saw it already. The daughter was doing shit no children on planet Earth would ever do. Right? This is a blanket statement. I'm a fucking idiot for saying it. No child gives a flying fuck about their parents' sacrifice and busting their ass out there. Blanket statement. I'm a fucking idiot. Blanket statements, like I said, ask any parent out there. Okay, blanket statements. It's always a stupid thing.
Yeah, I mean, if I read this out in a book, I would think whoever's saying this is an idiot. This is pretty bad. And he's admitting that it's probably a mistake to say this.
To do. Primarily because the internet will immediately isolate the statement from context.
Right, and I don't have the context, right? Here's proof of it, right? I'm seeing what he said right here. He's showing me. And I'm saying it seems pretty bad, yeah. I don't know what context there was before this to build up to him making that statement, but by itself, it's pretty bad.
And immediately assume the worst. It also throws stray shots, right? Blanket statement is 100% wrong. There's no doubt about it. There's always exceptions. There's always certain outliers and stuff. But this is no context. And now we got people on the internet saying, I am basically what Saint did, right? They believe that I genuinely think every child does not care for their parents' sacrifice. I disagree with that statement mostly, but check this out. Look, in the same stream, I then prove I didn't mean it in a literal sense. In the literal same stream before all the backfire. It's at 106.59. Let's go ahead and go into it. All right. In the same stream at 106.59.
Okay, you got proof, boys?
Here we go. Children do appreciate their parents, but not that hard. My point exactly. One more time. 100. Children do appreciate their parents, but not that hard. My point exactly. So you can tell that I didn't mean it.
Oh, so yeah, he's just straight up. Yeah, he's just straight up. Same stream, by the way. Yeah, I mean, people don't watch streams, they watch the clips, right? They see people can't handle content that's X, Y, or Z amount long. They gotta search through it to find the context. I'm guilty as charged, by the way. I don't feel like doing that all the time either. That's why I'm reacting right now. I mean, well, I'm reacting pretty well, honestly. It's been a long video. But yeah, people don't want to do all that. Anyways, let's move on.
In a literal sense. No fucking body means that in a literal sense. And this is what I want to talk to you guys about. An hour later, you said that. Maybe you realized something. Who cares if it was an hour later? Okay, let's talk to you about that. Let me daddy up on you real quick. You little young pup. You realize in real life, dialogues occur, and you say something, and then the other party immediately. Let's say if I said that in a room full of people. Let's say it. Let's have a real honest discussion. Let's say I say that.
If you said it in a room full of people, they'd be like, "What do you mean?" They're like, "What do you mean by that?" They won't just attack you.
Room. You know what's going to happen? Somebody's going to go, well, hold on now. People care. They're not going to be obsessive about it. And I'm going to be like, yeah, exactly. And then that dialogue immediately affirms that I didn't mean it in a literal sense. It's that simple. I didn't mean it in a literal sense, but people are going to take it in a literal sense. Why? Because it was a blanket statement. Now let's look at the full, let's look at the full context here. Let's look at the full context here. Check it out. Come on. Thread on me on Reddit or something. I am somebody. It's hard for me to move on with the story. It's hard for me to move on with the story when I come across jargon, because I'm somebody who thinks too deeply about things where other people just go, they're just like, I'm not even going to think about that. I'm just going to go through it. And I try not to, but I end up like sticking on something. For example, during the second half, when we go and visit Amith and she's in that little time remnant place, there's a lot of time loop bullshit. Hold up, Smack. This is literally a world-ending situation in a fictional story. You're right in a realistic setting, but this is anything but that. And you know what, Axiom? I think that's a fair rebuttal. I do.
Because it's fictional, blah blah blah, word ending, blah blah blah. Okay. Wait. Because it's in a very fantastical situation. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, if it's fantastical and, the stakes at hand are much more consequential, people might act in a certain manner. So, yeah.
I think that's a fair rebuttal. At the end of the day, though, it's how I interpreted it, right? It's how I interpret it being explained right then and there. Most people just go, you know what? I'll think about that later. Let's continue on. Yeah, cool. Cinema. Let's keep. Wait, what? This is the past, present, future? Like what? And I get confused, and like I end up fucking going. So I think for me, it's one of those where I'm trying to understand every little thing, and I'm trying not to at the same time. But I can't help it. I want to know precisely what happened in story and how it happened in every facet possible. Yeah. Most people don't do that, Another thing about me, and I want to make sure we explain this crystal clear. I do translate a lot of this stuff into real life. Chat, we're going to get to the funny part. There's a lot of prefacing, by the way. And they're using me being a father in real life as if like, my story consumption is so much more worse because I'm a father to a daughter in real life. How dare you, you piece of shit father? Here's the context to a daughter in real life. Not enjoy this father to a daughter experience. Wow, you pathetic scum of the fucking...
Yeah, it sounds so bad. It sounds so bad. I can't even comment on it. It's just bad. It sounds so... I don't know how people live this way.
Earth. What a little rat bastard you are. So the context up to this part is me prefacing how I'm digesting the story. I'm then explaining how I don't think it's fucking normal for a daughter to act that way. I'm then, before the fatherless comment, I'm explaining what people were calling me. And the irony, I am a father in real life. Here we go. That should tell you something, because I know these niggas is fatherless. So, prior context, you can tell this was directed at this.
Yeah, he's talking about the crazy people. Yeah, there you go. That's context for you. I appreciate him. Honestly, I appreciate him taking the time to take already publicly available information that people could have sifted through themselves and going out of his way to go through his own videos to justify stuff that doesn't really need justification. Because at the end of the day, we're talking about a little story. It doesn't matter if it's a gacha story. If we're talking about a story that does not exist, he shouldn't have to justify it to begin with. But he's actually doing it, giving it to us in a digestible manner, and I appreciate that.
Shit right here, bro. Bad father, by the way. And they're using me being a father in real life as if like my story consumption is so much more worse because I'm a father to a daughter in real life. How dare you, you piece of shit father to a daughter in real life, not enjoy this father to a daughter experience? Wow, you pathetic scum of the fucking earth. This is who I called fatherless, chat. Literally. What a little rat bastard you are. Do you see what I mean? How sticky out of context is, though? Do you see how sticky that shit is? It's like, because all they're doing, a lot of people on the internet are just going, wow, he called all of us fatherless because we enjoyed the daddy-daughter story. He called all of us fatherless because we enjoyed the daddy-daughter story. It's like, no. What the fuck? No, that was literally directed at the people personally insulted me. Guess what? That is fatherless behavior. Personally insulting me over a fucking fictional story. There you go. And the irony, you know, I agree with if they bit me, I'll bite back. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, and here's the funny thing. You know what's funny, chat? If you want me to give you a real honest answer, 2 wrongs don't make a right. I shouldn't even said that, if I'm being honest. Even if.
Hey, this is a good dude, man. He's a freaking good dude. Oh, man. You guys don't know how much... Oh, this guy makes this place a lot better. Not to glaze. Not to glaze, not to glaze. I'm getting tired here. But yeah, it's a breath of fresh air being able to see somebody take accountability like this. Foreshadowing for my upcoming Saintontas video that I have to work on. Good dude, man.
They're personally insulting me. I shouldn't have stooped to their level and personally insulted them. That's the truth. That's if you want me to like shoot it straight down the middle, I should have just been like, yeah, whatever, bro, get out my chat. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to apologize for it. Hell no. I'm not perfect. I'm really not. If you think I'm going to apologize for biting a motherfucker back, hell no. I'll talk to God about that. I ain't about to apologize to no nigga about that, though. You bite me, I'm going to bite your ass back. Like, it's that simple. But I wish I had the humility to be like, you know, monk, I will not let this disturb me. I'm not that kind of person. Hold on, let me turn the fan on.
Dude, I'm close to that, bro. Monk mode, I'm real close to that. I have that type of personality. Not me trying to uplift myself and make myself seem better than anybody, but I'm just like that. And you know, it's weird, you know, not getting upset about things all the time. But yeah, that's me.
All right. Okay, let's see it. Let's get back to it. The irony. That should tell you something, because I know these niggas is fatherless. I know they got Bro, the way I deliver shit, it be stinging. I got a mean like spike in my delivery. I got a mean spike in my delivery, bro.
Bro said, I know they're fatherless. Fatherless. The way he said that, you know, their dads were picking up the milk, about to come back, right? And then they heard a whisper, bro. They heard a whisper come. It's very, very subtle, but it came from the future. And he said, let them be fatherless. Fatherless, fatherless, fatherless. And so they took that milk, drove over to a new apartment, 10 states away, never to be seen again. Fast forward 20 years, here we are. Fatherless gacha players.
Oh, it's like I can be a real asshole. Is Nick in here again? Nick, what's up, brother? Once again, I never know which side he's on. I don't know if he's on my YouTube side or if he's on my is he okay? He's on YouTube again. Let me see. Let me scroll up a little bit. Nick, I apologize. I'm a fucking unk, bro. Like, here we go. They're not offended by what you said. They just want another content creator to hate on because that's all they do. They hate content creators. You know what's funny is that's a whole nother facet of the discussion. That's absolutely true. And this is what I...
Well, content creators are seen... You know what's crazy? You have people that are playing these games that are engaging in parasocial relationships with these characters in the games. Who's saying that they don't have any idealistic way of looking at the content creators they follow? for example, Gacha Smack, right? They form an image in their head about how he acts and how he should be and how he always will be. And if he deviates from that box that he's placed into, well, then something is wrong in my reality that I've created of my own whim has been shattered, and that's a problem. And now I hate you, and you are literally the worst man alive. I think that's what's happening. And all I can say about that is mental health, man. Get some help.
I label them as bad faith actors. I label them as bad faith actors. And it's so true. They are waiting on moments for you to do something that they can then use to make you look like Satan. You know what I mean? Like that's what they do. But here's the thing, Chad. I'm not gonna duck this. This next part I said was the dumbest fucking blanket statement. But it didn't mean what the internet took it as. Right?
Fatherless behavior.
And I want to talk about that after I let this shit play. And I know some of these other people ain't got no children. So they don't understand jack shit about a father and a daughter. And here's the funny thing, bro. Like straight up, chat, straight up. Here's the funny thing. The reason why I couldn't take the father-daughter shit serious is because the daughter was doing shit no children on planet Earth would ever do. So
yeah, that's the comment right there.
Blanket statement, but I still mostly agree with it. There are some children like fucking outliers and shit. There's outliers, but it's still a blanket statement. But chat, get this. When Saint started the clip, he started right here. No child.
Yeah, he didn't wait from all the previous context, everything else he was talking about, maybe in the stream and stuff like that. Yeah, Saintontas went to the most nuclear, the most visceral, the most agitated comment out there and covered that and that only.
Think about that. It's like, bro, the out of context is crazy, dog. Like, he started that bitch right here. Planet Earth gives a flying fuck about their parents sacrificing and busting their ass out. It's like, yo, bro. You know what I mean? Now, here's the funny thing, though. It's still a bad statement. It's still on me. You know, it's still on me. Like, there's no doubt about it. There, okay? Bro, and then, look, chat, ended it right there, right? Bro started it right there and ended it right here. Hold up. He started it right there, ended it right here. They're busting their ass out there. Okay?
Yeah, he didn't even hear the part when he continues.
Ended it right here. Okay? Bro, I ask any parent out there, bro. Ask any parent out there, nigga. Kids don't give a fuck about how hard you working out. And I still stand on this. A parent will tell you the truth. A parent will be like, these damn kids don't give a shit. These goddamn kids, they're too busy living their own lives. The kids are too busy.
Okay, I see what he's trying to say. I actually have some personal experience for that, right? Like my parents, like my mom would be working 12-hour shifts some days, right? And you know what I was worried about? Man, I got another day of school. Man, school sucks. I can't wait till I get home to play some Halo. Like, not even comprehending what my parents are doing right now. And I go to work with my mom sometimes too, right? And think literally nothing of it. So I see what perspective he's trying to have. And we were all kids before, you know? Yeah, maybe some of you were like, yeah, like super concerned, and maybe your parents are having a hard time at work, whatever the case may be. For me, and some other people I might know, it was kind of like, yeah, you're just worried about what's going on with yourself. Like, I feel like when you're a kid, you look at your parents as like some type of superhero. They go to work, they come back, and somehow everything's all right every day, all the time. And you have like this sense of security. You've always had it, and you've never lost it. So you feel like it's kind of just how life is. That's how it is. But in reality, your parents are out there freaking busting their socks off. Okay, they're working hard just for you to be able to have things, have games, have TVs, have a roof over your head, food, all types of stuff, and they're struggling, so you don't have to. That's not everybody, but it was my experience.
Living their own lives, bro. Now, check this out. Check this out. Somebody said something that was facts, bro. I pinned it. I'm just capping. So look, check this out. Check this out. And chat, let me know if this guy's telling lies. Let me know if this guy's telling lies. Adults often project their current empathy onto their childhood memories. Children can feel emotions, but they lack the cognitive structure to grasp abstract ideas like long-term sacrifice or parent labor. What feels like childhood empathy is usually adult insight applied retroactively.
That's a good freaking point. I remember being a kid, and then you like argue about your mom with argue with my mom or my dad about something, and then they'll be like, "Well, you don't pay bills." I'm like, "Yeah, so what? Like, I can't even legally have a job, okay? Like, it's not so hard to pay bills. You simply just get a job and you pay them. Like, what are you talking about?" And then I got a little bit older, and it might be worse for my generation right now than it was for theirs, but paying bills ain't a joke, okay? It's not a joke. Some real stuff right there. Money management. And then having kids on top of that, multiple, mind you, paying for their stuff. Man. Kids really live in their own world, bro. Man, I wish I could go back to those days when I had just my own reality to be a part of.
I am telling you right now, 90% of these people disagreeing with me are literally doing this. They're doing this, bro. It's like and they're trying to act like they're this superhero. All right, let me dial it back. I'm getting passionate. They're trying to act like they're this fucking superhero, perfect, moral, righteous person. And it's like, no, bro, you don't even know what you were doing.
And maybe one guy in there is, but yeah, majority of people are not.
You didn't have the fucking cognitive structure. You were just living your best life. Of course, though, chat. Look, chat, if you ask me today, of course we care about our families. Of course we care about our parents' sacrifice. Nigga, my dad was a suit seller at Macy's and my mom was flopping jobs left and right. You think I didn't care? I was so excited. I never got a pair of Jordans on Christmas, right? It's like, bro, the struggle? You think I don't understand? You think this nigga from the hood doesn't understand the struggle? What the fuck? You think I'm not appreciative of my low income neighborhood, brother? Like, when I go over this, you can tell the internet spun this in the worst way possible. These people thought I was a Beverly Hills gold spoon child. You know what I mean? It's insane.
But even then, even if you are, like, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Like, dude, I feel like he's just making a point about a video game. What does that have to do with, like, the IRL aspect of it? I don't know. I mean, I get it that he's still making points towards reality, like, hey, like, I'm a dad and blah, 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 being a dad, blah, 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 X, Y, and Z. Yeah, I think this whole thing was just blown out of proportion, man. I'm getting really tired. I gotta, let's finish this, man. If you made it this far in the video, I don't know how you did because I'm tired. I mean, it's time for me to go to bed, but Jesus. This is a long stream. I mean, I think I got my point across. I think he's gotten his point across, but let's finish it. Let's give him his final 17 minutes of bliss.
She's not a child, though. So let's talk about that next. Because that was something that was going over my head when I streamed the other day, and I never got the chance to address it. Now let's talk about that part. It's not a child. I agree. It's not a child. She's now an adult. I'm 30 years old, and there's a lot of other 30-year-olds in this chat. We care way more about what our parents did for us today than when we were kids. This is a fact.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm in my 20s right now. I'm 22. Absolutely. Like over these last 5 or 7 years, I've appreciated everything way more than I did when I was a kid. Like 1,000%. It's actually insane how much your insight changes the older you get.
I stand on it. No person is still obsessive at this age. I'm 33. No person still to this day, even with the full grown adult shit, you're still not obsessive over what your parents are doing and working. You're living your own life, my guy, or my girl.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I also think like Imith did have like some true ground as to why she was acting the way she was in terms of the whatchamacallit. I don't want you to see some of the truth because, I don't want to see you sad again about not being able to go home, right? I don't want you to be like that. I want you to be the way you are now, right? I mean, this whole thing was like, oh, you seem very happy. You've been on this big journey after you lost your memories, and this journey's made you happy. I want you to be able to stay that way and do your thing. But yeah, there was a bit of an obsessive nature that she did have with Rover. And I mean, I don't know. I feel like if I had an adoptive parent and they left early, or I had to go do something, not left out of the blue, like didn't tell me, but like, hey, I gotta go, and it'll be okay. The school's gonna take care of your community's gonna take care of you, whatever. I don't know how I would be when they come back. Truly, I don't know. Yeah, I don't see myself being obsessive. Actually, I don't. I don't. I really don't. But you know who does get obsessive over people? People who have love interests in real life, like they are very attracted to have a crush on somebody. If they find attractive, they can get obsessive. God, honestly, he actually made way better points than I thought originally. Like his points are not that bad. By the way, I still do think it's just a mother daughter, father daughter relationship type of deal. I don't think the game's gonna take it anywhere else. I think they will leave it ambiguous until like the ending when Rover gets together with somebody that's not Imith. Let's continue.
And so it's like, and you know what, chat? I see y'all are agreeing with me, but I want to point something out. My dumbass didn't even say this last stream, right? Because it's just so many things going through my head. And so people are just thinking, this guy's a fucking idiot, doesn't have a clue. It's like, brother, what? Hold on. Let's stop here. Let's not sit here and pretend like y'all didn't always come to me for the most well-rounded and rational takes. All of a sudden, I'm the dumb nigga in the room now, bro. Like all of a sudden, I'm not the guy you've been coming.
Yeah, even if he was wrong, what, like a bro can't be wrong every once in a while, right? A dude can't make a mistake. Like, no, you always got to be correct. You always got to be right. Come on, dude.
To for takes for the last 3-4 years, bro. Like, you think I'm that stupid? Like, straight, you think me? I'm that okay, bro. And this is why I go, like, there's no skin off my back that I lost 2,000 subs. Because that tells me they weren't real fans to begin with. Chat, I can lose 10,000 subs. In my mind, fuck them. You know why? Because they're assuming the worst case scenario for me. It's like, brother, you people, and this is where I fucked up, chat. Real Gacha Smack viewers, y'all know, I used to mow the lawn occasionally. I used to filter my community and say shit just to get the snowflakes out of it. I used to do that shit a lot. I stopped doing it. And so now I've gained 15, 20, 30,000 subs. I don't know how many snowflakes I even have in my community. So I'm like, oh shit, I need to start doing that shit again. I need to start saying,
line them up. Bring them to the firing range. All right, we got to ask you a couple of questions. How does it make you feel if I tell you this girl right here, that what do you call them again? A waifu? How does it make you feel if I took this waifu away from you? And then, the guys that are lined up start reacting. One of the guys, he goes, okay. The guy next to him, he starts like drooling, like, what do you mean you're gonna take her away from me? Boom, instantly shot, dead. Next guy, he sees the next guy next to him that got shot. He's sweating a bit. And they pull him aside, they say, I know it makes you nervous that we got a gun to your head, but right now we're mowing the lawn. And I'm gonna need you to tell me, what does this make you feel that I'm taking away your shorekeeper? And he goes, sir, I honestly want to cry. Boom, dead. He's gone. That's how you gotta mow the lawn, guys. And by the way, I'm not actually talking about killing people, okay? Just to make sure I don't get into like any trouble with some weirdos online. It's a joke.
more incendiary shit and get these pussies up out of here. You know why, chat? Because they are not interested in viewing you in a fair light. They want to view you in the worst light possible. You know damn well I appreciate my family, bro. I appreciate my mom and dad. I know damn well y'all appreciate them. Nobody appreciates them the way Amith was appreciating them, though. All right?
Yeah.
Nobody's doing the shit Amith was doing.
Yeah,
bro.
no one's doing that
I'm sorry.
Amith crap.
It's just not. Maybe one or two people out there in their, you know what? The only people that are doing what Amith was doing is their parents got a foot in the grave, right? Or they're disabled and they just see how much that disablement is impacting their parental figure, right? These are the exceptions, right? I'll say like, one, parents got a foot in the grave. You actually are obsessing and stressing out. You're like, fuck, bro. You know what I mean? And then you've got the other people who are disabled and their parents are literally like constantly having to take a L for them. These are the exceptions. These are the outliers. And that's why I said the blanket statement is retarded. But that said, I stand on everything
Yeah, you know, most of these guys are not the exception, right? So
I said with this context provided. Nobody is out here like going insane, bro, over how hard their parents been working. It's just like, come on, man, give me a break. So that's my full opinion, chat, on this whole situation. I didn't give a fuck about what my parents did when I.
yeah, you know what? Like, if I found out, if I was in Imith's situation, I found out my parent, my mom and my dad came from some other planet and was sad about not being able to go back. Quite literally, my reaction would be like, dude, fuck. Like, that sucks. Like I don't know I wouldn't know what to say, but I wouldn't be like, oh, just, it makes me so sad. I'm not saying that I wouldn't be slightly bothered or even somewhat bothered by it, but I don't see myself going as far as she did. Well, I'm also the type of person I don't like hiding the truth from people. I just don't like doing that, especially when it's about yourself, truth about yourself. Yeah, but again, that could just be her personality type that they gave her. And ambiguity, right? She could be a little whatever. Let's move on.
I was a kid. That changed when I was growing up, but as a kid, I didn't process them working multiple jobs. Kids generally don't care. And Nick, here's the funny thing, like me as an adult, I care. First of all, I'm letting y'all in on personal shit, but like I have a dynamic in real life, chat, where I'm fortunate to make good money, right? As I told you, my dad was a suit seller, right? So it's like, I take care of my dad every now and then. I give my dad money. The roles have switched. The roles have literally switched. On Christmas, I give my dad gifts. On his birthday, I take my dad out to eat. We go to I give him all kind of money. You know what I mean? It's like, duh. You know what I mean? As you get older, you get back to your kids. I mean, your son, your parents. Of course. But am I over here in my office like, my God, dude, my fucking dad, bro.
Yeah, right?
He's working
like just crashing out like that.
too hard over there. I got to do something like every day. I got to do something, man. You know, it's like, no, I'm not doing that, bro. Like, hey, dad, if you need me, man, I'm here, brother. But like, shit, I got a lot going on too. But Amith was doing that, bro. Like, Amith was like, fuck all of this, brother. I am straight up only about my dad now, bro. And I was like, bro, this is kind of like, this is kind of weird. With all the context I provided, I was like, bro, I think there's potential ambiguous nature there, but it ain't just daddy-daughter angle. It possibly, she might be in love with him with that vampire type of dynamic. It's possible, bro.
I don't think she is. I don't think they do it. I think they get too much flack if they wanted to do it. Like, oh, you did a step father daughter, stepmother daughter situation. Disgusting. Like, they just wouldn't want that flack, but they would leave it ambiguous for the Gooners, for the parasocial people.
So that is my full explanation. You know what I mean? At this point, if motherfuckers are still upset, chat, I'm be real. Hey, bro, that's between them and their internal conscious, bro. I can't even help you with that. I'm moving on from this after this, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, they can be as mad as they want to be. We are moving on after this, and they will still be mad. They will still be talking shit. They will still be spinning things left and right. Once again, that's the whole truth. Now, what do y'all want to say? I want to open up the chat again, see what the hell y'all are talking about.
All right, that's where I'm gonna end it. Then he got his point across. Let's look at some final thoughts. I thought some of his examples like earlier were not the best when he was trying to prove a point. I pointed that in the video, and as you can hear, I'm a little tired right now. Uh, what else? I actually went into this thinking it would be pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. Like the way people were talking about him online, I'm like, oh, dude, did Gacha Smack really f up? Like, what could he have possibly said or done? Yeah, it's nowhere near that. Nowhere near that at all. Like all of his points were valid. Some of his, evidence towards why, he made X or Y Z point, could have been better. It's fine. Yeah, I don't understand how people are acting this way. Not to mention that most of his audience is young to middle aged adults, which is like insane. Like that, you have adults acting. I hope they're not adults. I hope all of the people that are crashing out about this whole situation are just kids and they're a little emotional about it. I hope that's what it is, because God, if these guys are adults, like how are you getting to these conclusions? Are you this obsessive, dude, with these girls in the game? Yeah, that's about that's about all I got for you guys. All right, it's been a long video. If you actually made it this far, you're a legend, because I feel like around the end there I was a little bit out of it. But yeah, thanks for watching, dude. Have a good day. Bye bye.